a stream. Oh, perfect timing. Hello, Rubens. The stream has started.
Sweet.
Alright, so here I'm gonna need to advertise the stream first. So let me just copy video link. I'm gonna put. There's several systems we need to talk about, which this is
Yeah.
gonna make for an entertaining stream.
My
Instead of
my
looking at
eyes
one
are for
system frame by frame,
93L.
we get to look at four, or actually five ish. Maybe even six if you're counting, or seven if you're counting several other disturbances. Right, let me do tropical weather and tropical weather ping.
I'm here for 93L.
93L.
That
Right.
one has my eye.
Yes.
They've been talking about 93L for days. They were like, "This is gonna happen next week," and here it is.
Alright, so let's see if anyone's picked this up yet. If anyone's watching the stream yet. Alright, hold on. Still waiting for. Okay, there we go. Now we get a first concurrent viewer. Alright, so there are multiple systems threatening lands right now. Let's see. So the first main system that we're looking at is Bolaven. It's trying to
Bolaven.
undergo rapid intensification on approach to Guam.
I see it. I see it. Yep, I see that
Yep.
intensification happening.
And since it's near Guam, we actually get to see radar imagery. But yeah, core's developing. I'm gonna pull up Windy's radar imagery. And I'm gonna pull up my phone's imagery as well soon. Right, so if I go over to uh, weather radar, I go over to zoom in Guam. Yep, there's the storm right over here. You could get it to see it's how it has an eye trying to develop an overall
Yeah.
core. I'm gonna pull it up on stream eventually on to look at it more in depth. But yeah, those yellow, you could see there's lots of heavy rainfall, moderate to heavy rain in the system,
I see it.
and that you could see the eye wall kind of. It's mostly on the western side. Right. I'm gonna pull this up on Discord, and then I'm gonna pull it up on my on stream. So let me just get this all set up. It's a long GIF because um, it's 50 different frames, so it might take a little while to send halfway there. Yeah, but over here, Guam's getting a slight break in the rain, it looks like. And then now they're getting more activity soon. Alright, here we go. Now I can pull this up on stream. I forgot to share my screen for you.
All of Typhoon is under a typhoon warning,
Oh,
or
wow.
all of them, except Tim Young and Yigo, who are still under a tropical storm, but everybody
Right.
else is under a typhoon warning.
Alright, so here's the core developing on the system. You can see how it had an earlier, its eye was completely developed, and now it's not really doing that anymore. In the first frame, you can see how it was completely developed.
See that?
But
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
it's strange. It's trying to wrap around an eye once again, and we get more bands of rainfall going over Guam. Here's Rota. Here's Tinian. So the system, it looks like it's not going to make a direct pass over Guam. That should be pretty clear. If it even went straight to the west, it would miss it. But it's mostly going
Uh-huh.
northwest.
It's going in between it almost.
Yes.
In between.
So we may not
But
see a
that does mean
landfall with this system. It may just miss both areas here. But on the
San
eastern
Jose
side,
is
they're
going to
going to
be
get the
seeing
worst
people.
storm surge. So Tinian is going
Yeah.
to get the worst storm surge if it goes this pathway.
Tin
Um,
who?
Tinian here,
Tinian?
because
Yeah,
the if the
yeah.
low's right here, the storm surge is going to go this direction, and it's mainly going to be on the northern side for parts of Rota and
Yeah,
maybe a little bit of
Tinian
Guam.
and Lao Lao.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
gonna Lao Lao Bay. They're gonna get increased storm surge. So
Yeah, so
if you're on
basically
the
the worst
coast
storm
of
surge is on the
yeah,
southern side for storms to the north, or for islands to the north, and on the northern side for storms to the south of it.
got
That's
yeah,
where he
yeah.
gets this. We get it right here. This part gets the worst storm surge. This part does as well, and then on the southern side, it's just over here that gets the worst
Yeah,
of
they're going
it
to be getting worse
because it's
surge.
onshore winds, and then the other
Uh,
sides are offshore winds. But you still get onshore winds when the storm's basically on this side. So, um,
if
that's where
you
the
are
worst storm
on the
surge is going to
coast,
be.
if you are on the coast of any of those places you just marked, you got to get out.
Yeah,
Just saying,
gotta go
you need to leave
inland.
like now.
Conditions are
If
deteriorating.
anybody, if anybody here is watching from Guam, if you're on any of those coasts, you need to dip now, like now,
Yes.
because it's not going to be pretty when it hits.
I'm looking on my phone right now, and it's mostly Guam is mostly populated along the beach over here. Guam should be mostly okay, I'd say. They've gone through storms like Moar before. Tinian
More, yeah.
is very populated on this little bend right over here. Let me see if
Oh
that's
yeah.
showing up on stream. Yes, it is. All right. So that's where it's mostly populated. Um, or like on terms of the southern coast, they're mostly populated all along the northern coast, which is good in this case.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then this little island doesn't really have much at all. And
Yeah.
then going over to, let's see, the Rota. See, they're not really populated as well, mainly in the central area, so they're pretty good. Let's say, except for a little tip right down here. Um, but yeah, that's their population area roughly. I'm gonna look
Yep.
on my phone on 1 hourly rates of storm totals or rain
Right.
totals. All right, so yeah, this band right down here is getting areas of up to 2 inches per hour kind of rain rates. That's because that's the thickest amount of moisture and stuff that's been going on top of one another.
Yep.
Guam's
I
been
see that.
mostly spared in terms of rainfall right now. But yeah, this rain band has gone from up here to now down over here because it's wrapping
Yeah.
around the center eventually. But I'm looking on my phone
Yeah.
right now for storm total accumulation.
The worst rain is going to come from the southern side of the storm. So that's going to be
Yeah.
Agana Heights, Hagat, Yigo, all those big places on the southern island are going to get the worst
hmm
rain.
Guam has gone in around an inch of rain so far. Maybe some spots with
Okay.
2 inches and stuff.
Gotcha.
Let me look at Rota right now. Rota has gotten around half an inch of rain, and we can't really see rainfall totals for up here since it's like blocked from the radar or something. There's little beams right here that block it.
Yeah. I see that.
All right, but that's one of the radars in one of the systems. We also have Lidia, which is, where is it? Right over here. It might be seen on radar. I don't know.
Lydia.
Yeah, Lidia. Let me see where its center is.
Oh, far.
Because this radar should be able to detect it. It's just not loading yet.
Which radar are you using?
I don't know what radar here. I'm gonna look at what is the southern tip? Okay, Cabo San Lucas radar. Cabo San Lucas radar.
That one. Let me
Because it
check.
might be
Yeah.
down. It's saying no data.
Yeah, I don't see it either on mine. I don't see
Yes,
the
and
dot on
then
mine. I'll just turn
dang
off
it.
burst
Okay,
station.
so
That
also
counts.
the radar for Max is down as well. Mexico has disabled both of them. And that's mainly just to make sure
Yeah,
it's intact and stuff for right after it passes. Yeah, that
I see
sucks
that. Yeah, I see that.
when
I don't
determining a
see it. Yeah,
landfall.
yeah. I don't see the radar on my end either.
hmm So let me pull up
I'm gonna
satellite
stream too,
imagery
just so you can see,
on Windy just to see
in case
how
you want to look at
developed these
mine.
storms are.
Lydia.
Yeah, all the
or
storms mainly. All right, here we go. Here is actually I think I can do it on here better. I'll look at Lydia first. All right, so Lydia has stalled. It was supposed to make landfall right about now, in this time a couple days ago, but it has not. As you can see, it's pretty far away. And another factor is it was supposed to go north of these islands, right over here, so it's supposed to go kind of this way. But then it made a southward turn, and now it's trying to go back
remember that. Remember
towards
that. Yeah.
land. Yeah, but hurricane warnings are in effect. Recon was in the storm for its first time earlier today. So yeah,
Okay.
here it
What's
is.
econ?
70 miles an hour officially. I believe that's due to recon. Um,
Okay.
and
So
it's
is it? It's
expected.
a hurricane. Not. No, not mine. Not yet.
Yeah, it's almost
Not
one,
a hurricane yet.
and
Yeah,
it's
almost.
expected to become a Category 2. Right around. It's weird because it's likely going to be a
Can a
Category 2
three
in
be
this
ruled
range.
out?
Huh?
Can a three be ruled? Can
No,
a
a
three
3
be
cannot
ruled
be
out?
ruled out because if this
Okay.
system decides to go haywire, it can rapidly intensify. Let me look at shear
Yeah.
maps. Or on what is expected. Oh, actually, I do have something that I can use. Um, Tropic. Alright, pulling up a
Well,
good website. Alright, so let me just, since this is on a different tab, I need to pull it up on stream. Alright, there we go. Alright, here it is right now. There's its cone. And if I pull up surface observations and stuff, I think this one's down or something. I don't know. Maybe it's up. Um, see what else is there. Ship reports. Going down to like 1,005, 1,006 millibars near max and stuff. And then buoy reports. Nope, there's no buoys in the area, just up in Texas. Right, so if I pull up shear, where is shear? Right here. You can see how it's in a favorable environment
oh, it is. Wow, it's
right
not a lot
now,
of shear down.
but it is going to go
Wow.
towards a more hostile environment.
Oh,
So,
it might weaken a lot before it goes into landfall.
yeah, right around after that little category 2 dot or whatnot, the shear is going to be rising tremendously. I'm going to pull up RAM on my computer to see if I can
Wh- What's
find
the
shear
track
maps.
trend? If it ticks farther south, then shear's gonna have a not as strong
Yes,
of an edge
I
against it.
believe so, but
Yeah, that could.
the
Yeah.
shear I think is going to be moving more south towards the system. Oh
Oh,
god,
okay.
my thing's lagging. It's completely white. So okay, hold
That's
on.
good news for That's
Oh
good
wait, hold
news
on.
for
Here's a radar on
Web
it.
25 stuff.
Is this right before it went out? No.
Cabo San
Okay, never
Lucas.
mind.
The
I know that
radar.
that's not the radar. The radar does not extend out that far.
Yeah, I don't see the radar on my end either.
Yeah.
I don't
All right.
see
So
any
let me
Cabo
pull
San.
up RAM-B. Is this will show the shear, what the shear is supposed to be like, what it's forecasted to be, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Let me see how my stream's doing right now. Oh god, everything's lagging. All right. So Lydia. Oh dang, it popped off. Okay, or I mean, it went back down to 0 for a moment. Okay, it was at 4. I think it was live this whole time. Yes. Right. Let me make sure my mic's on. Yes. Okay, last time it was off for the beginning. Right. So Lydia, if I go over to multi-model diagnostics, right, this is gonna show a trend. If you look on the top right, you can see how the shear was expected to be lower, and then it's rising more and more. It's forecasted
Okay.
shear. It's what's happening is the low of shear is getting lower, and then the high of shear is getting higher right now. So it's a very big
Okay.
difference now. It's expected to get very
Okay.
very low shear throughout the 10th. So the rest of to or rest of tomorrow-ish. Like up around here, it's good conditions, and then it's gonna rapidly deteriorate right before landfall, and then after landfall, it's basically a goner at that point. All right,
It
so
could its remnants spin up something in the Gulf? That's what I've been thinking.
I don't think
If
so. It's gonna
I don't
merge
know.
with 93L going up north, and so these two
Oh, it's
systems are
gonna
gonna
merge with
merge.
93. Oh, it's gonna merge with 93L.
The
That's
thing is with
right. Um,
93L, it's basically Lydia's gonna kill it after it forms. Lydia or 93L it has like a 50-50 shot of forming, and then what will happen is
oh,
as 93L slowly moves, Lydia kicks into gear and goes very fast, and then like it basically pushes the system all the way
how would
towards
that kill?
Florida. And
Wouldn't that help 93L in
no,
forming?
it'd kill
'Cause
it. It basically it won't undergo organization. It's going to spread the system apart. And if I pull up the model run of the GFS model run here on the bottom of the screen, there's the system, and then Lydia basically pushes the system and it gets shredded apart.
Oh, it still douses the panhandle with rain
Yes,
though, of
yeah,
course.
Panhandle's expected to get very heavy rain with this. So it's not a wind threat, it's a rain threat mainly.
And but there's still a what if Lydia doesn't hit it,
It is going
knock it
to.
out?
I mean, it is definitely going to hit its.
Hang on, hang on.
Right.
Sorry, I'm back.
Right. So yeah, it's definitely going to hit the storm,
Hmm.
and it's just gonna
That's it.
it's gonna push the system. But and with this though, I
Too
cannot
low
rule out
pressure
a
systems.
with Lydia. I cannot rule out a major hurricane with this because shear's going to be extremely low for some time. Like I
That's true.
believe 10 to 20 knots. Now let me look at the shear map again. No, anything above yeah. Let me pull up the shear map again. All right, so anything really below what is it? Yeah, below 10 knots is favorable. I believe so. Let me check one last time. No, okay. Anything below 15 knots is favorable for it. Anything from like, let me see what's the next scale. I believe so, yeah. And 20 to 25 is around neutral, and then afterwards it's just very bad for the system ish, I'd say. I'd say like this line is when it's splits from being good to bad. So it goes to being very favorable to then just killing the storm.
Yeah, yeah, I see that.
And then right around here's right before landfall or so, so it's likely gonna weaken it before landfall. National Hurricane Center was forecasting that a little bit earlier.
That's why
The
in my
problem
screen
with
it's
their cones, though, is that there's only three forecast dots, so you can't see much intensity change. And the reason they have it at 100 miles an hour here is because if they had it at like 80 or 90 miles an hour here, and they believe it's going to be a Category 2 landfall, then they can't really show it. So they need that's what they did for Idalia. They upped the intensity far away from landfall but they still believe that intensity would make landfall.
ah
All right,
okay.
so I mean, like Idalia, 6 hours offshore, they're predicting it's going to be a near Category 4 when when it likely won't be, or like it's going to be a little bit weaker then. But they think it's
Okay,
going to
I
make
see.
landfall, I guess. All right, so yeah, that's two systems so far. Now next is Max. Max is a tropical storm, likely a tropical depression at this point. It peaked at likely a near hurricane status. It developed a nice core. But yeah,
Yep.
it's rapidly weakening now as it goes onshore and over the mountainous terrains. Definitely dumping lots of rainfall on the southern coast of Mexico, right over here.
Yep, I see that.
Um, yeah, but that's going to be moving onshore eventually. The main rainfall amounts are going to be on the southern portion.
How is Max gonna affect 93L, or will Max not make it farther
Max
than
isn't going
as
to
far
make
as
it, I don't
Lydia?
think. It's going to die out before it even gets over there. It's a
Mm,
slow
yeah.
moving storm right now. So
I don't know. It's always suspicious when you have three systems, low pressure points moving toward or inside the Gulf of Mexico.
yes,
Because the
yeah,
Gulf of Mexico is the Gulf of Mexico, and the Gulf of Mexico is a ticking time bomb. So if
yeah,
you have too many low pressure, something's gonna happen, which is why
yes.
it's suspicious.
But yeah,
So
here this
it's
is like 6 hours time. So yeah, or yeah, it's moving kind
okay.
of
Yeah,
towards it, but it's gonna
Max's
die
yeah,
out before it reaches.
just a rainmaker, pretty
Mm-hmm.
much.
All right, so that's basically max. It's making a very powerful landfall. But then koinu is likely a remnant low now, and it's moving. It's impacting areas with some gusty winds and stuff. Not much.
Yeah, it's so small. It's
Yes, it's hard
literally
to tell where
29.
the
Yeah,
center is due to the cloud
yeah,
cover. There's cloud
yeah,
cover
yeah.
extending all throughout this area.
Yeah, I mean, it's just gonna bring a lot of rainfall to like Longmen and Dongli and et
Yeah.
cetera, and those like those areas
Right,
right
this
there.
low
But
is
it
going to
shouldn't be
go
too
towards
much.
Vietnam, Laos, that area, and then finally die off. It's just a slight
Okay, gotcha.
rainmaker. Here, I'm
Pretty
going to
much,
pull up
yeah.
the ensembles on Koinu. Yeah. This shows it well, kind of.
Yeah,
They have it
yeah.
dying out
This,
beforehand, which is likely, I'd say.
yeah. Models are pretty consensus on that.
Yes, yeah.
Doesn't look like it'll go
Oh, oops,
anywhere
my bad.
hard.
I shut down the wrong thing. Alright, but let me go actually back to Max real quick on their thing. I forgot to go through their forecast and stuff. Alright, so let me pull up Max on here. What Max is going through. If I pull up the topographic map
I'm
right here,
back.
you can see how mountainous the terrain is where it's over right
Yeah.
now. The that sandyish color is
No.
gonna kill it instantly.
No. Yeah. No. Max won't last long
Yeah, the shear doesn't matter. The shear is favorable where it's at right
at
now, but
this
that
moment.
doesn't matter
Yeah.
at all.
But it's irrelevant. Yeah.
Yes.
It's too mountainous for
Let me
it.
see what else there is. Ascat Pass. Nope, nothing really. Yeah, but no ensembles are out for it because it's basically dead at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so now let me go back to Bolaven. I don't get why they're still going. Okay, never mind. It's updated. Typhoon Bolaven now.
Okay, yeah, I see. I saw that update too. 81 miles an hour on my end.
Yep. Oh, did
I
you get a
see 81.
notification from my radar or something?
No, my radar updates it on. Yeah, it tells me, but it
Yeah.
also updates it like instantly. Yeah, I see 81 with 98-mile-an-hour gusts moving at 14 miles an hour.
Yep. All right. So here's the
So
storm.
we'll
Let
have
me
to
zoom
see.
out. See what their cone is predicting. I believe it's a Category 2 right now. I mean, it's kicking into gear. All right. This is a little bit out of date. They had it as a tropical storm here.
On
Um.
my end, Chase, the cone shifted farther north on my end.
All right. That makes
Pretty
sense.
significant.
All right, so yeah, oh yeah, sea surface temperatures are very good, 30
Oh,
degrees
wow.
Celsius to 29.
Wow. Yeah, it's right in that
Oceanic
spot.
heat content's very good right over here. You can see those oranges and
Holy
stuff.
cow.
And Koinu had to go through greens in this area, and it intensified very fast.
So imagine,
And the
dang.
oranges and stuff, that's very favorable. Let me look at shear because that's the only thing that can kill it.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Here, yeah, shear's very good. You see where it's at right now.
Oh my
Perfect
God.
conditions
Wow.
over here, and then finally, when it's at its peak, it begins to lower and stuff or get worse. 100 knot wind shear up here. That's crazy.
So basically, at the moment, every ingredient is right, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
Um,
far. This,
yes.
wow.
Let me look at
Okay.
other
That's
things
bad.
like ensembles and stuff like that. Let me go back to. Oh yeah, shear's on. All right. Yeah, they're pretty confident on where it's going to be going. And let me see if there's been any ASCAT passes, anything like that. Right. Observations. Oh yeah, there's observations on the islands. Um,
Say
1003
what?
millibars. Here, I'm gonna look up Guam weather observation. Guam International Airport. That works. Alright, so
Guam.
do they show
Okay.
pressure 29.6? I believe so. Let me convert that 29.6 to millibars. No, hold on. I guess inches. 1002 millibars. Okay. Yeah, hold on. Let me. Oh god, where's the surface observations? There it is. Relative humidity obviously is very, very high.
Yeah.
And also my time's shown up on here, so it's 11:47 a.m. right now, and as of 11:26, it was. Oh yeah, now with mostly cloudy weather, it says. Let me see if there's anything about rain rates or something like that. Nope. Heat index is very high, 91 degrees it says, but that's due to the relative humidity, that kind of stuff. Precipitation, hourly rates, not a lot. Let me see about 3 hour rates. Nope. But yeah, it's moving northwest, or the wind's coming from the northwest, I believe.
Okay.
Let me see real quick on here. That makes sense if it's northwest. Yeah, right here from the northwest going down here ish. So yeah, oh yeah, I forgot it shows the winds. I can look at that. Winds 20 mile an hour sustained, 35 mile an hour gusts. So they're approaching tropical storm force gust right now, and they're pretty far away from the center, I'd say.
Yeah, they are.
All right, let me see the JTWC cone because it's updated.
Trying to see some. Let me look what the Anderson Air Force Base is looking like.
Yeah, I see the 70 knot cone. Yeah, they're predicting it to get near Category 5 status. 135 knots, 155 miles an hour, just 5 away from Category 5 status, before then weakening out to sea. It's going to be a very powerful post-tropical system.
It
If
will,
I pull
yeah.
up the Zoom Earth cone, they should have updated it as well, and that would show when it's expected to be post-tropical. Um, Alright, it's loading. It's all a black screen right now. And when it loads, it'll finally show what it's looking like. Alright, let's see. Yeah, someone asked how's 93L. I'm gonna cover that right after this. Alright, is this gonna turn to color soon? Yes, there we go. And so it's expected to become a super typhoon after passing um,
Oh, oh, oh.
the Northern Mariana Islands, this whole area, and
Hmm.
it's expected to become post-tropical at the very, very ends of this. It was originally forecasted to be a Category 4 post-tropical transitioning phase, but now they're predicting it to be a Category 2 post-tropical all the way this far north. But the
Holy
only thing that can
cow.
stop it from intensifying this much is if it instantly undergoes an eye wall replacement cycle.
That's crazy.
The
Gee, all right,
problem
this is
is though
crazy.
it's already impacting lands, and so that's kind of a big problem that we can't really avoid. It intensifying right now. Nothing could really stop it. I wouldn't be surprised if an eye starts forming within the next couple hours, as it has that
You know what?
appearance right now. That'd be
Those
perfect for an eye to
islands
come up.
just those islands just above Guam, that like weird tail, like Shamushan or whatever, they're gonna be seeing some powerful surge come October the 11th and 12th when Guam
Yes.
is at its like Category 4 state. It's gonna be throwing surge at those islands like crazy.
Wait. Which islands?
The islands just above Guam, like Shamushan, and the islands following it. It's like a tail
Oh, okay. You're talking about
farther up.
these little islands, the Northern Mariana Islands.
The northern, yeah, Northern Mariana. They're
Yes.
gonna be seeing some
I
bad
don't
stuff
think
too.
surge. I think rip currents. Rip currents are also going to be a major threat for most of Japan, as the system has time to intensify.
Oh yeah, it's
Going to be
true.
a big threat there.
Yeah, honestly,
All right, so now
it'll be
going back
bad.
over to 93L. It has a very good appearance, if the imagery would load.
Take a look at this. Yeah, 93L does look good. Looking sharp. Not looking too bad.
Let me pull up it on here. Alright, it's loading. And 93L had a good low-level circulation on visible imagery. And the
I
reason why
saw
all
that.
the convection is diminishing is because now we're approaching D-min, which is when rainfall is at its lowest. So that's why it looks horrible. But on sunrise, it should come back from its quote-unquote death and start reorganizing more. See how long the
Until
convection can last.
Lydia pulls up, says nope.
Yep. And then here's its main forecast path of the center. It's most likely going to die in this kind of area due to Lidia pushing it this way.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I mean, it'll probably kill it, but I just don't like how much activity is going on
Yeah.
top of the Gulf of Mexico. That I hate when that happens. It's like it. Think of it as like lighting a lighter on top of like gas.
Yeah.
It's
There's
like
so many
It's like
systems all
I'd
trying to
rather
do a Fuji
think
War
back.
kind of interaction. Almost like
Yeah,
in
it's like
August or September this year when we had Jose Franklin, Idalia,
that's
and
right.
Gert all
Yeah,
spinning around one another, kind of.
yeah, I remember that. That was
All right,
crazy.
so we also have
That was so good.
92L, which will likely get named or designated or
Shortly on
within the next 24 hours or so. It looked very
92Ls.
organized earlier today, but yeah, as convection's starting to diminish, we don't really see that organization over the center. But yeah, thankfully
92L will
that
probably
should
be
be going out to sea. If anything, it will impact the Azores.
yeah,
I highly doubt it's though, as nothing is
yeah.
really
It'll
showing
probably be a
that.
fish. It'll be a fish storm.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be anything too
All
big.
right.
Um,
Yeah, Jinji says they think that Koinu became an unofficial super typhoon in the South China Sea. Um, oh yeah, the
uh,
South China Sea is
maybe.
when it went under another intensification phase. I believe it was a Category 4. I don't think it was that strong. It looked very, very
On
nice.
my end, I see it a category 4 just before hitting Taiwan, and
Yeah,
then
before hitting
intensifying to
Taiwan,
category
there
one.
was
So,
likely a super typhoon, I'd say. Like
yeah,
150 miles an hour,
definitely.
155. But after passing Taiwan and undergoing its intensification phase once again. I believe it was only like a Category 4. I don't think it was
Yeah,
anything higher than a low in Cat 4. Oh, and also, I
yeah.
forgot
Because
we had an invest near China or near the Philippines that has lost its designation status. It's right over here, I believe. I don't know
where?
if this is it. I believe it's this, but yeah, it looks good. It has lots of convection and stuff. It's not organizing into anything. It's just a rainfall events with the Philippines. Let me look at how the
Okay.
eye is doing. Yep, there it is. All right, so let me comment on this a little bit more. Yeah, so there's Rota, I believe, right over here. They're about to get into the main core of the storm. I guess the outer core of it. They're
Yeah, I'm seeing
almost,
that.
or they might already be in it. The problem is though, is that there's the radar gap that I showed in here that we can't see any storms that occur in like this area. You'll notice how it gets cut off right over
I
here.
see that. I
The
see that.
storms get cut off, yeah. And same with
I
over
see that on
here.
my
You'll
end.
see how the storms suddenly reappear. And so yeah, they're likely already getting impacts from the storm. It's just that we can't see it. Oh, actually, yeah. Hold on. Or, I
Maybe.
mean, this little area right over here. We can't really see if they're getting impacts or not due to the fact, and also Tinian, those islands up north over here, they could be getting impacts and we can't see it.
Yeah,
Alright, let me look
I
on
see that.
velocity on my phone real quick, see what they're getting. Um, yeah, around 80 miles an hour gust and stuff against, I don't know what this other side is, 40 mile an hour, 50, 60 mile an hour gust. Um, But yeah, Guam, it's hard to tell. Let me look at storm relative velocity, I
Let me
guess.
see. Um,
Oh yeah, but it's very, very hard determining if there's going to be like tornadoes or stuff with this. I doubt it's heavily, but Guam may
Probably
be under a flash flood warning.
tornado
I wouldn't
watch.
be surprised.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I mean, this
They're
is
under a flood watch right now for geez. Okay, so I'm gonna read it real quick on my phone. Tropical storm Bolaven continues to approach the Marianas as the storm gets closer. Showers are expected to increase significantly. Latest model guidance indicates potential of 8 to 14 inches, with locally heavier amounts of up to 20 inches possible. This would result in extensive flash flooding across the islands.
holy,
Wow, imagine 20
holy
inches.
dude. That no, that's I do not want to imagine what 20 inches would look
Oh
like
my
from
god.
here.
What's this
Um,
under? Um,
where's the strongest eye wall? It looks like the southern eye wall is pretty powerful. I think that's
it's the western side, I'd say.
the west eye wall. That part, I see what you're saying.
Yes, right over here. Earlier it was like almost a complete circle, but now it's wobbling a lot. Yeah, over here you could see it was a perfect circle in its first frame. But yeah, up
Yeah.
to 8 to 14 inches with higher amounts of up to 20 inches are possible. That's a very, very bad
Well,
flood watch. Alright, so let's see. Okay, I can't do this. Alright, but yeah, back over to Invest 93L. It can form in this area, it's looking like. And, or like, this is the area it's supposed to strengthen. Mainly up
hmm
until this spots, I believe. It could strengthen and stuff organize, but afterwards, the two storms will eventually
Lydia.
collide. And then the moisture
Mm.
will get pushed towards Tallahassee, that area, southern Georgia, Charleston, and I can pull up the Weather Prediction Center, their statements on it in a moment. It's loading up on stream. Excessive rainfall will soon be up. There we go. Day two. This is the remnants. Let me look at day two's forecast discussion. Yeah, elevated moisture stemming from the remnants of Tropical Storm Max is going to do this, and the
Oh,
moisture from
Matt.
Tropical Storm Lydia. That's what's causing the slight risk for tomorrow. And then day three, there's that, and that's the
Ah,
moisture of
freaking
the
it.
disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico. Um, I don't see them
93.
mentioning any storm names, but yeah, day three or day four as well. Marginal risk. It should be upgraded to a slight, I believe. But yeah, there's
Probably.
going to be some flash flooding concerns in the southeast, mainly due
hmm
to the
Yep.
storms. Winter weather's kicking in now. Right over here, you can see all the snow potentials and stuff.
Yes. In Florida, dude, it was so nice today. It was like 88 and not humid, and I was like
Yeah.
cooking. So it was
All
like
right.
about time.
And also, if you look over here, the warnings were almost touching. They were about this far earlier, like 80 miles apart. The two warnings almost collided with one another. But yeah, these warnings are shrinking and they'll likely be canceled soon as the storm weakens. But Lydia's warnings, yeah, we got a hurricane warning here and all throughout here with tropical storm warnings extending
Yep.
over to Manzanillo and for
Oh
parts
yeah.
of Sinaloa.
Oh yeah. Max's warnings will lift soon though.
Yes. All right, let me see if I can play a loop on Bolaven's progression. Let me see how long I have the loop set for. 6 hours, and let me. I thought that radar will work on this. I don't know if this radar works. No, it doesn't on Zoom Earth. Okay, but here I'll play the loop of Bolaven's intensification phase throughout the past 6 hours. and how convection is getting better around the center.
It's
There it
bubbling.
is where it was trying to open up an eye briefly. Kind of. It was a naked or nascent eye, and then it covers up once again. But yeah, you can see there's a little bit of a center, and it's that could be
Yeah,
visible. You got your bursting
it's
areas
bubbling.
of convection.
Holy cow.
Oh, my bad. It stopped playing. All right, hold on. There we go. Trying to load it. And Guam's been getting hit by some of the convection today, cloud cover, that kind of stuff. So yeah, they're getting hit with a lot of it. Rota, Tinian, those islands also as well.
Yeah, I see those. See that? It's approaching. Oh, wow.
All right, here's the loop finally. You can see the low level circulation, the outer skirts of it away from the clouds over here near Guam, Rota, Tinian to the west
Yep.
of those islands. You'll see a little bit of low
Yep.
level circulation spinning faster than what the higher clouds are doing.
Huh. All right, let me take a look at velocity, what velocity is looking like. Oh, wow. Yeah, velocity. On my velocity map, right in that western eye wall is extremely powerful.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm seeing blues in that western eye wall. That's bad. That is not good. I'm just gonna mark that real quick. Let's give an idea of where the worst conditions are gonna be from. Right here, right here. That's the area of Iowa.
Yeah. And
That's pretty much
yeah, so that's mainly Bolaven, but another thing with Bolaven though is its post-tropical transition. That's going to be an interesting thing to watch. Going over to the
I'll tell
Western
you.
Pacific runs and stuff like that. So let me pull this up. Um, all right, let me just send something. All right, so here's the model run on Bolaven. Going over here past the Mariana Islands, and then finally curving away as a powerful system. Oh, this is going to be interesting to see. Oh, yeah, I forgot there's an area where I can view the Pacific. Where is it? North Pacific. Here we go. Alright, so this is the system. It's going to be a powerful post-tropical system out to sea, but it could impact the Alaskan islands. As you can see here, it's expected to be a 931
What?
millibar low out near Alaska, which is very,
Holy
very deep
cow.
pressure.
That's a crazy.
hmm
That's wow. That's a
It
very
mainly depends though if it's going to go that far east or if it's going to keep going north. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's mainly a high pressure right over here in between the storm and Hawaii that's causing it to move northeast and then
hmm,
briefly south before a low pressure up here caused the Fujiwara interaction where lows spin around each other to occur, and that's
okay.
when it heads towards Alaska. It's a very powerful system. If I pull up, no, I cannot pull up
Dude,
low level or whatever it
dude,
is. I can pull up
Alaska.
model runs to see its winds. Let me do that. Hurricane GFS Bolaven. See if they show it. So there it is turning post-tropical, and now it's just out of range, so we cannot see it. It's moving so fast we cannot see it at all. Wondering
Holy.
if the HRRR shows Bolaven's transition or anything. No, I don't think so. This run was a while ago, 2 days ago or so. They haven't updated it. And this is when they thought it was going to make landfall near Guam, but it shifted significantly more north. Let me see
Oh
if any of
yeah.
the
Okay.
HAVS models. Yeah, you'll see how much intensification they think is possible right after it passes the islands, going all the way down to 902 millibars briefly Has a very good
Oh
eye
wow.
core and whatnot, and that would be on 2 a.m. October 12th Eastern Time. Um, and then it starts undergoing an eye wall replacement cycle, as you can see here, two eyes.
Gotcha.
That's a really, really impressive eye wall replacement cycle that they show
Yeah,
here. And then it couldn't
that's like
complete it because
yeah.
it turns post-tropical at that point. Let me see if I can get some. Nope. Okay, I can't. And I believe there's a half a parent, which shows it from further away. Oh, my bad. Nope, it won't show it there. All right, let me pull up intensity-wise on how fast the
Okay.
half a was predicting its intensity to be. And because they predict rapid intensification much more than anything else, this shows like mostly a worst case scenario. They're showing it being
Yeah.
a category 5 with such low pressure and stuff, which is, I thought they'd go higher, honestly.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but there's that eye wall replacement cycle, clearly seen here.
Yeah.
We don't know if that's going to happen. I believe it might right after it passes through the. Oh god, I clicked on the power button. All right, please be connected. All right. Give me a moment, guys. I accidentally pressed the power button on my computer, so I'm trying to load this up again. Shouldn't take too long. Hopefully, it did not stop the stream. If it did, that'd be very, very unfortunate. Hmm. Alright, guess it's not gonna load. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up on here then. I know you're seeing a black screen. Give me a moment.
Did stream crash?
Did it stop? I'm hoping not.
The stream stopped.
Oh, dang. Okay, it's because I accidentally pressed on the power button. I thought it's still going.
No shot, Chase.
Accidentally
No
pressed on
shot.
the
You
power
pressed the
button. I did
button.
this like a recent time as well. I'm hoping
Oh
it did
my.
not completely stop. I see it's back up. I have to check.
No shot, blood.
So did the
Blood
old
pressed
stream
the
actually
button.
stop?
From what I'm seeing, it ended.
Right.
Let me see.
No, it didn't. It's back, thankfully. Alright. Yeah,
Okay.
49 minutes it's been going for. Alright, so yeah, I need to set this up better real quick. I'm going to share my screen to you. Right, there we go. Alright. No one's watching the stream right now, though, but,
Just the two of us
yeah.
can make it if we try. Just the two. Kind of looks like
Oh, yeah, I
Pac-Man.
know that song. Dang, oh my god, that's always in
Mm.
my head. Right. So I didn't realize you knew that song as well. Right. Anyways, though, we could talk about that later. Alright, so, Lydia, let me pull up Lydia's, we'll go over the storms once more. Alright, so yeah, Lydia is, it's fading out in the center, which makes me think it wants to try and develop an eye. I don't know, though. You can clearly see where the low is due to that. It's right around there-ish. And that's gonna
Oh
be
yeah,
eventually
no.
approaching.
On my screen, I do see clearing up too. I think it's trying to make something.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, though. Its convection's waning due to the demon when rainfall is at its lowest due to the time of day. So that might be why. Max is continuing to move inland. Right now, had a big convective burst on the southern side, and
I
that's
saw that. Yeah, I saw
dumping
that.
heavy amounts of rainfall in the area. Let me pull up more of mesoscale imagery because I know that's. Let me see what system. Bolaven, I believe, has mesoscale imagery. Here it is. This is minute by minute imagery. It's up to date. So yeah, you see how the center briefly tries to pop up, and it does it
Hmm.
twice.
Yeah,
Let me speed things up. There's its first time right around here. There's the second time. A little bit of a poke coming out. I don't think
I see that.
that's related to it. If I pull up windy radar imagery, I don't think the eye's south of Rota. I think it's a little bit north of the island of Rota. Right. So radar imagery. Yeah. Oh wait, no. Actually, it is a little bit south of Rota. So yeah, that is the actual eye right there in the storm. Like here, if I pull this up and then I go to satellites,
Uh huh.
I forgot this is a little bit out of date on windy. Let me just check though if this is it. Yeah, so here's roughly the eye of the storm on here. And if I pull up weather radar, looking at the same point, you'll notice how it's basically the eye of the storm.
Yeah, I see that. Yep.
It's stacked on top of each other. Wind shear is not an
Mm.
issue. Your low level eye is stacked on top of your upper level eye. It's not much of an eye on the upper levels though. We could see an eye form
Okay.
within the next 24 hours though. I'd say that's likely.
Yeah, yeah, for
I can
sure.
also pull up visible imagery on here. Can't really see much at all, but it definitely looks very, very good. The outflow right over here, pushing. There's it's such a large, large band storm right
Yeah, it
over
is.
here. There's
It
the
does look.
core. You can see how there's a little bit of a line in here.
I see that.
There's a
Yeah,
gap of nothing, and that's where you
yeah,
get the bands. Oh no, let me do that again. Right over here. There's this band right over here, and then it attaches with this one right over here. And then you got another band. Oh wait, no. Actually, let me go back to that. That actually looked pretty cool. What I drew. Yeah, there you go. That's the whole entire banding of the system. And you got new
yep,
clouds forming all the way to the east, being sucked up into the center. So yeah, it has
yeah,
very,
I
very
see
good
that.
outflow and bands
Oh, yeah,
everywhere of the system. All
yeah,
of this area, especially all the way up here in the northern Mariana Islands, are also getting pulled towards the center. And all the way down here is also getting pulled towards the center. So it's a very, very large system. Let me see if I can pull up more imagery of Bolaven in terms of um, further zoomed out imagery. Yeah, right over here, you can see how far away um, it's sucking up the clouds all the way through here, all the way over here. That finally curves
gotcha.
in. So it's a very, very wide system.
Yeah, I mean, it has all the ingredients there
Yeah,
for
so I mean,
proper
this is its
storm.
shield basically from the
Yeah,
hostile environment.
yeah,
The
yeah.
shear's mainly
It's a
all the way up
huge.
here, so it's not an issue for it. But if it were intruding into it has its own little shield that is
Yeah,
protecting it from any sorts of shear, dry air, any of that kind of stuff. And I'm
yeah.
wondering about dry air if there is any dry air. Yeah, you see up to the north. This is its shield right over
Uh,
here. But the shield is mainly on the northern side, as you can see right over here, protecting this core. Let me go
yeah.
to
Predict
all the way over
storm.
here. There's the shield, and it protects its core right over here, or right over here-ish, from
Dang,
any
dang, dang.
dry air intrusions or anything like that. So yeah, it's very favorable for rapid intensification. It's starting its phase already. It did that as soon as it was detected on radar, like 6 hours ago or so. It was already starting its. So yeah, I wouldn't be ruled out to say this is a Category 2 right now. So, but I do disagree with the fact that it's only a 80-mile-an-hour Category 1. I do not agree with that.
Oh
And
wait,
here's the
wait on
ensembles of the
the.
storm going to the east. Due to the high pressure right over
Oh yeah,
here,
the high
causing it to
pressure.
curve back around. And it tries to circle around it because low or high pressures want it to go this way. So you can see how it's already trying to do this turn this way. But then it gets sucked up by low or over here, so then it turns back around. And that's how it heads towards
Yeah, I see
Alaska.
that high pressure.
In
Dude, Alaska's gonna get whooped, dude. They have a 130-mile subtropical coming their way. That's gonna mess things
No,
up.
I don't think it's gonna be that strong. And that was earlier when it was around 5 days over here ish. But after, it's gonna be a very very powerful, maybe typhoon force. I don't know though. Can't see the winds. I can actually look at it if I go over. Let's see, where do I have to go to see it? No, actually, I can't see it. It's great. Let me see. I'm wondering if its pressure gradient can be seen here. Nope. Right, Kona should show it at least. No, it does not. Looking on the top left to see if it's in that area. But yeah, Western Pacific, it leaves the frame, so we can't see how strong the winds are afterwards. Yeah, you can see it getting pulled in though, and it's what we call occluding. When the system stretches out more, you got your little line over here, leaving it, and then it's a mainly stretched
Yeah.
out system. So instead of it being an O or a circle, like it is over here-ish as a tropical system, it starts transitioning. And this is when you get the powerful post-tropical systems, when they do this motion.
Well, yeah. Well, why are warnings and watches not out for for portions of Alaska?
It's
There needs
past
to be
7 days. This is 7 days right here.
okay, a week. So October 15th it'll be.
But the thing is with the GFS, they like to make things occlude after 7 days, so we don't know if it's actually going to do this and be that powerful.
Yeah, because that's huge, dude.
hmm
That's a that's
Notice
like
how they do it with
that's
this system as well, right over here. This is day 7 right here. So they make it
well
do
doesn't
the
the
same kind of
yeah.
thing.
Doesn't the GFS just like to spin everything up to like the
Yes,
worst
they
case
do that with
scenario?
post
Yeah.
tropicals mainly. Let's say with this, you'll see this system. That one might actually be powerful on approach to Alaska, though.
Probably, yeah.
hmm
Those Alaskan islands and that area.
Yeah,
Take a look at Bolaven, what's
they
going
get
on.
lots of powerful windstorms, though. I'd say. All right, let's see if this is updated at all. Not really.
No, Boliven's still
All
slowly
right, someone
working
said
its
something
way
in the
towards
chat
islands
though.
of Guam.
Oh, so spooky, El Alaska, Big Joe. I wonder who that is. All right, guys, don't
I
forget to
wonder who
like the
that one
stream
is.
and stuff.
I
Yeah,
wonder who that person is. Only one person.
yeah.
No shot. No shot.
Yep. All right, so we have 3 concurrent viewers right now. That's pretty good. Um, so there's several
Your
different
timbers should be
systems.
shivering.
There's 6 different systems right now. We should be starting
Six.
out with
There's
Bolaven, I'd say, with us showing the radar once again. The center is approaching the island of Rota, likely going to go a bit north of the island here,
yeah, I see
but that
that.
means more storm surge on the northern side of it. That might be the
Okay,
area that gets the worst of it.
the main thing I want to ask, knowing Big Joe, is will any of these systems stop or cancel any of his football games?
No, no, they will
Because I know
not.
he's wondering that.
Right, but yeah, the system is very you can see the bands of it since you got your center core in this area, and then you have your
Yep.
bands going out like little fingers or whatnot right over here, that kind of
Why would you
thing.
describe it as fingers?
I
That's
don't know. It
gross. I
looks
can
like a little
never
bit of a
unsee that. Now I
hand or
see a
whatnot.
hand. Thanks, Chase.
Yeah,
That's so ew, fingers.
like the OK
No
symbol,
shot.
if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh, Chase, bro. I'm never gonna be able to
Storms like to
unsee
do
that, dude.
this. Storms really,
This
really like to
okay
make this kind
symbol.
of formation where it looks like an OK symbol or something with your hands. Um,
I'm never gonna be able to unsee that, Chase.
yeah,
That's crazy.
but systems do this typically. So the southern side is typically the worst in terms of bands and stuff. So that's why you get your little bands over Guam right over here, and then bands going
Yeah,
further out, not impacting any land, thankfully.
yeah,
But yeah, the central
yeah.
area with heavy rain amounts is going to be approach. It's already
Oh
over
yeah,
parts of Rota right over here, and that's going to be eventually approaching possibly Guam. I doubt it though. If
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
wraps around the
Places
southern
like
side though, it could. So like this
yeah,
is the
places
area
like
right here, and so
mm-hmm.
if it moves
Firewall.
right over here south of the storm or something, it likely won't reach Guam or anything. It's going to be a main long nights for Rota. I mean, it's just the. Let me see what time it is right now. Yeah, it just turned noon, not too long ago.
Let's see what chat is saying. What's chat
No,
saying?
no, Big Joe, you're not allowed to join the VC. They make goofy
Wait,
comments.
wait. Oh my god.
All right,
No, that's funny though.
yeah. All right,
Bro
so
would join and start. Bro
yeah,
would
all
start
right,
screaming it's now evaporate Florida.
all right. But next storm we're looking at is Lidia, which, as you can see, it's not moving west. It's a storm moving to the east, and it's going to be approaching the coastline of Mexico. Let me see if I can use the black coloring. Yeah, that looks good.
Oh,
So yeah, it's going to be
Mexico.
approaching Mexico and whatnot. It's moving south of where it was initially forecasted to. Initially, it was forecasted to move this way, ish, right over north of these islands. But yeah, now it's heading. It made a little bit of a southward jog, and now it's going back.
And
So
just saying, if it continues that trend, it would be worse because that means it's avoiding the wind shear more
yeah.
and more the farther south it goes.
All right,
And
but
they're
yeah, you can see bands over here approaching the coastline of Mexico right now. The very outer bands of it.
oh yeah,
The center part of the storm is pretty small compared to the Mexico. Anything is really small compared to Mexico. But that's Lydia. Lydia's going to be going through storm or
oh
shear wind
boy,
shear by the time it approaches this area. It's going to be weakening right before landfall, and then it's going to
Tata.
finally die out likely. But that will likely merge with the system in the Atlantic. Oh yeah, I forgot. You might get the game could be canceled depending on where he is. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I forgot about
oh, that's
that.
gonna make him. Check chat, Chase. What is bro saying?
He said
Yeah.
when we said no to the VC, it said no.
Uh,
All right, but
this guy-
if we go
this
over
guy.
to the let's see, where is it? Eastern Pacific, we can see 93L this system right over here.
Yeah, there we go. There's the
Um,
football ending season. Storm, Joe.
so
That's your football game ender.
this is Lydia. This is Max. And so while 93L goes up, Lydia is hightailing it towards the storm. And instead of 93L just going straight up north towards Texas, Louisiana, it's going to get pushed this way towards the Panhandle. Could make landfall in Louisiana as a post-tropical system or something. Oh yeah, I forgot the
Maybe.
Weather Prediction Center can actually show us the fronts and stuff, showing us when it's post-tropical and stuff like that.
I mean, I'm looking at fronts too on my end, but
Yeah, so here it
it's the
is.
low
The main
pressure.
thing is they think it's going to be a post-tropical front, not a tropical front. And as you can see
Oh,
here,
okay.
here it is on Thursday or Wednesday nights. Here's Wednesday morning, Wednesday nights. Thursday morning, it's over Florida by that point, and Friday
Oh,
morning another
wow.
low goes over
Wow.
Florida.
It's drenching Florida. Holy
Yes,
cow.
right there.
Okay, so basically all of Florida, including us in Southwest Florida, are gonna see some pretty
Yeah, I'd say
heavy
so.
rain.
Yeah, all of Florida is
Jeez,
in
that's
the high chance, except for the Florida parts of the Florida Keys Ocean there.
yeah.
But yeah, I believe
Let me take a look
actually
at.
the remnants of what is it? Lydia are going to be over here actually. So it's pushing the system, but
Okay.
another
Oh
system's right
wow.
behind it, I guess you could say. So this is Lydia's
Yeah.
remnants, and then this is 93L's remnants. So they get connected to the same front. This little line right over here that shows it's connected.
Yeah, I see that.
and
So
then
while
then
all this
they'll
is happening,
eventually leave the area. Lydia's remnants are right over here. Then they let's see, right over here is where it's at. So then it goes up to the northeast, merges with the system all the way up here
post-tropical.
towards Canada almost.
Holy cow.
So you can see the low right
Um,
here. Then it teleports.
Chase,
Yes.
one of our viewers is asking when those storms from 93L is gonna hit the Panhandle.
All
Like
right.
what time?
When would 93L hits? Let me check.
Yeah, yeah, like all that rain comes.
It's likely gonna start on October 11th, the nights. So that'd be around
Night of
Wednesday
October
night.
11th. Gotcha. So then
Wednesday
what
nights
Wednesday?
into Thursday morning into
Oh
mainly a
wow.
Wednesday through Thursday events. If I pull up the
Wednesday
Weather
through
Prediction
Thursday.
Center excessive rainfall, this is tomorrow. This is what day is it today? Today's Monday. So that's Tuesday. This is Wednesday's threat, and this is Thursday's threat. Then Friday's threats of rainfall.
Okay,
Um,
gotcha.
so yeah, I mean it's gonna be a big
So
threat
basically,
for
gotcha.
the coastline area of lots of heavy rainfall, as you can see here. I'm wondering if mesoscale models can pick it up. I'm gonna check that out right now, because they should be able to. It's within the range. If I pull up something like the NAM, oh god, supercell galore
Oh,
here.
oh great. Oh, this is a lot of tornado potential. Holy cow.
A NAM 3 kilometer overdoes it. H triple R. Let me see this run. This doesn't go out too far. So you see how they believe it's like a tornado thing, not a tropical system. So they're
A
constantly
tornado.
firing
Yeah.
new cells one after another.
So
It's
a
just
tornado threat?
lines of
Question mark.
storms.
Tornado threat?
Alright, so let me
Maybe.
check something else like the FV3. High res. I'm trying to see what's the most likely scenario out of these models. No, not that.
Likely scenario: Category 5 superstorm
No,
hitting
no, no.
Southwest Florida. Everyone believe me.
Alright, so let me pull up the RGEM model. I believe the RGEM is typically the most accurate out of all of them there. As long as this doesn't have it forming. Yeah, I'd say that this is the most accurate scenario. You'll see the little low pressure right over here, and then it starts weakening and stuff, and it shreds itself. Instead of it being a circle, it becomes a line, basically. And then it causes heavy, heavy rainfall, moisture going all throughout Florida here. So you can see from South Florida, the Florida Keys,
Right.
all the way up north, they're getting aided with moisture and more storms forming. Let me look at what they're predicting the rainfall would be in total. So over here,
Let's see what
this
that's
purple area is around
saying.
2 inches. So yeah, heavy rainfall. If storms stall, it'd be more. And if storms continued stacking on top of each other, that'd be a very, very heavy rainfall amounts. But that's with 93L. Um, yeah, 93L is a threat for the coastline, the southern coastline of the
Yeah.
United States. Right now, they could be getting some impacts with it, mainly in rainfall totals. But another thing though is with Lydia. Lydia could rapidly intensify before striking Mexico. It has very, very favorable conditions. Will continue to get favorable up until around let me see when around here, and then it gets a whole lot worse afterwards. So we could see a Category 3 in this area. Cannot rule
Well,
that
yeah, because
out
the shear
before
as
it
well.
then weakens. So that's Lydia. Lydia has very favorable conditions. I
If
actually
that
did not
shear,
check out the oceanic heat content, that kind of stuff. I'm
if
actually
that
gonna pull
shear
it up.
lifts,
Oh, it's a
if that shear
hurricane right
lifts,
now.
it's gonna intensify
It's
so
been
fast.
officially upgraded to a hurricane.
Who, Lydia?
Yes. Alright, it's not on this map at all yet, so it's not updated. But here's sea surface temperatures. You see how it's going towards warmer conditions. And then oceanic heat contents gets better.
Holy cow. Oh yeah. Yeah, this
It's not
thing's gonna
really
blow
that
up.
good, but it gets better. But after that like little 2 line, it gets a whole lot worse. in terms of wind shear and stuff. Even though the conditions get better, it's going to get a whole lot
And that's
worse.
unless it pushes unless it pushes farther south, then
I don't
it's
know how
then
far south it could go to escape the wind shear, though, honestly. Let me see if
I
I
mean
have something that can show the wind shear.
it's barely gonna hit sheer territory, honestly. I think if I were to go farther
Well, the
south, it could.
shear's going to go to the south, so the shear that's
Oh,
already
sheer's
in place
following
is going to
it.
approach it.
Oh, it's
Let's see, where
following
do I
it.
see the shear?
Okay.
Here it is. Maybe this works. Yeah, so you see that shear to the north?
Oh yeah,
It goes to the
I see it.
south.
I see it follow it. Yeah. Holy cow. Yeah, I see it.
Yep, and the shear's pushing it to the northeast. The convection can't. I don't know if we can see it right now. Actually, I'm gonna see if we can. Yes, kind of. We can see how the convection is being pushed to the northeast of the
Yep,
system. The cloud tops and stuff.
I see that.
The most cloud tops are on the northeastern side, and that's due to the wind shear pushing it this direction. It's not much, but it's a little bit. And everyone who's watching, don't forget to like the stream. All right. What else do we have? Let me pull up another system on here. Let's see. Invest 92L would be a good one.
Oh, 92 off. Their little
It's
fish
going to be
storm.
mainly out to sea, thankfully. Let me pull up its conditions it's supposed to be in.
Womp womp.
What's shear like? Shear is. There it is. All right, shear. Good shear right now. There's not much at all. And then it's going to be approaching an area with. Its basic path is this kind of direction.
Oh, okay, so it's narrowly avoiding.
It's in a good environment right now. Let me look at all this stuff.
And it'll probably be like a little bit like Lee if it, but not as close to land.
No, it's not going to go towards land. Right, but
Yeah,
oceanic heat
no.
content's good. That's not a problem. Sea surface temperatures are not a problem. It's good all around. Dry air. Let me go back to here. Dry air. There's like none of it to be found.
Okay.
Observations. I don't believe there's any. Oh wow, you can see a whole line of observations right along here of
Holy.
ships. See how they're just avoiding it?
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, or is that the same thing? No, that's the same ship. Or is it? Yeah, these are the same. There's two different ships here. One's this section, and the other is this section. So they're reporting it frequently right now. I don't know which direction they're going, but they were getting 108 or 108 1008 millibars. So that's pretty low. Let me see what it officially is.
What's this, Chase? Over here. This
What's
seems
what?
suspicious.
Oh, that's what is that with the storm? Oh, that's windy, or that's my radar. I wouldn't trust its
No, no, no,
models
no,
like
no, no,
that.
not that, not that, not that, not that. This.
What's this? Oh, you're streaming.
Look at this suspicious little area. That's
Oh,
pretty
oh,
suspicious.
that's nothing. No way.
Bro, come on. Look at all this lightning. That's
It's
pretty
nothing. No
suspicious,
way.
bro.
All right. So, anyways, back over to the storm. It is officially 1010 millibars. Probably gonna get lower due to the observation that went just near it at 1008 millibars. I don't know though.
Okay.
All right. So,
Oh, wow, cool.
besides those storms, we have Invest 93L. Oh, yeah, I forgot to pull up the maps on Invest 93L on its conditions and how favorable it's supposed to be. Alright, here it is on infrared imagery. Here is shear right now. Can you see this? How bad
Oh,
it is?
womp, womp, womp.
Yes. So that's mainly gonna kill the system a lot for right now. And it has to go through that kind of shear, going straight up north and stuff. So it's gonna be a very hard thing to do. Let me see if I can pull up dry air. Here we go. Nope, none of it really, except for up
Um,
to the north. Let's see. There is a buoy almost in the center that it's going to go over. Around 1,008 millibars right now. Let me see what it is officially. Alright, it is 1,008 millibars, likely due to that observation.
Okay. Yeah, let me see how much. Let me see how much more. What
Alright,
I'm
so I'm
seeing.
going to pull up another thing
Gas-
is, see which one was I going to pull up on its, Ram B. I'm going to pull up their forecast on, or the model forecast on
93L.
93L, yes, thank you.
93L.
Alright, here it is. Alright, this does a very, very good explanation of its shear on the top rights. Or
Yeah.
here it is. You see how fast it increases. And
Pretty much.
past here, it's unfavorable, so it doesn't have much time for in a good environment.
Hmm.
Sea surface temperatures, I don't get why they lower that much. I doubt they will actually do that. But yeah, it's going to be facing dry air. You know that cold fronts that was shown on here. If I go back
Okay.
here and I go to dry air, you'll see how there's a bunch of dry air right along here, and that's going to be
Yeah, I see the
pushing
cold front
down more and more due
on
to
my
a
end.
cold front that's going to be going lower and lower towards Florida, and that's going to be
Yeah.
pushing the dry air more and more down. So
Yeah, it's
they're going
good
to
news.
be the storm will have to be facing very dry air,
Hmm.
very bad shear, and I don't really believe it's going to become a tropical storm. And I mean, it's definitely something to watch over here, I'd say. But I don't really think it's going to become a tropical storm at all, really.
I would say it's in general. I mean, this one might dissipate, but in general, a lot of activity going on in here in the Gulf of Mexico is never a good idea either way.
Yes.
Because the fact that Lydia's
Oh
coming
yeah,
in
and I
with,
did want to say something about this though as well. The sea surface temperatures are very, very good. So I mean, and the
yeah,
oceanic heat content is very, very good. If I pull it
I
up on
wouldn't be
here,
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if like a goof, like some remnant from Lydia Max 93 or whatever ends up sprouting into something else that will have a better
hmm
environment. Because when all this stuff merges, when all this stuff is happening with Lydia 93L, it's like it's basically like lighting a match near fuel. Like it's just
yes,
asking for something to happen,
but yeah,
especially in the
sea
Gulf
surface
of
temperatures
Mexico.
are very, very favorable for development. It's
Yeah.
almost over a 31 degrees Celsius spot,
Oh yeah.
and you need the
It's
26
crazy.
for development, 30 for perfect conditions with that. And we saw Harold
Wow.
do it, and I wouldn't be surprised if this tries to do something.
Which one?
Um,
Hurricane here? Or tropical storm here?
Harold, yeah, tropical storm Harold.
Yeah, yeah. Remember that? Yeah.
Let me look at
Yeah.
Ramby on Bolaven again to pull this up on stream. Or actually, I'm going to do this on 92L real quick. The one out near Africa, that area. Just to show how the shear isn't expected to be that bad. Yeah, here it is. Shear isn't really that bad. It's going to increase for a bit. Sea surface
Gotcha.
temperatures, gradual decrease, mid-level humidity, dry air, basically. But yeah, it's going to be curving away from land. And it could
That's
become a
good news.
hurricane briefly. That's what this white area is. A
Yeah.
Category
That's
1
good news.
hurricane.
Hmm.
I can't rule that out. Maybe just a mid-range tropical storm, though.
Like a herald, maybe.
Yeah.
Just about.
Alright,
It really
Max,
all
though.
depends. Yeah.
Yeah, Max is basically dead at this point. Almost. It's producing heavy rainfall amounts on the southern side all throughout this area of Mexico right now.
What's the wind on it?
I do not know. Let me look if there's observations in the region. Should be.
I'm,
9 miles an hour,
I'm
0 miles an hour, 13,
what?
25-mile-an-hour gust. I do not know.
Mine isn't updated because mine says 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Are you using like in estimates?
Actually, never mind, never mind, never mind. Mine says not applicable, not applicable level
Huh.
winds. I don't have anything.
Oh yeah, and its forecasted updates.
Take a look. Nothing going on over
All right, here we
here.
go. Max now a tropical depression and moving well inland over southern Mexico. Heavy rainfall and flooding likely along the coast of southern Mexico tonight and Tuesday. So it has
Yep.
updated. It's a tropical depression now, waiting on it to load. Lydia's
Um,
thing has not up. I don't know if it's up. I don't think it's updated yet.
fine.
Here, I'm gonna look at the
Yeah,
forecast advisory for the system.
yeah, Mac just upgraded to. Oh, Lydia's a category one now.
Oh
I see
yeah, I
that
forgot
on.
about it. Yeah, it still
It's wind
says
speed on
Lydia
my.
expected to become a hurricane tonight. It still doesn't say it's
Yeah,
updated.
it's up.
Oh,
Is it for
forecast
me? It's a
advisory is
75.
out. They believe it's gonna peak out at a. I know I was gonna say 110 knots. No, 90 knots. So they think it's
90.
gonna peak out at 105 miles an hour now. A little bit stronger
Okay.
now. That's a little bit more powerful than a Category 2 bare minimum, which is 100 miles an hour. It's expected to become 105 miles an hour, just waiting on the cone to update.
Yeah, my cone says a category two right before landfall
All right.
on October the 11th.
Zoom Earth, I believe, should show it.
And then right now, Lydia's reading 70 mile an hour, 75 mile an hour winds with 92 mile an hour gusts with 983
Mm-hmm.
millibar pressure on my end. And Max is just a tropical depression at this point, nothing too big.
Zoom
Um,
Earth is loading right now. Okay, no, it has not updated yet. On
has,
here, at
has
least.
there, have there been any updates on the 93L?
No, they're not going to do an updates until whenever it is, um, 2 a.m.
Two, okay, yeah, so
Eastern
that's a
time at
while.
least. All right, but oh yeah, I forgot to mention there could be a subtropical system up north. I do not have it as a subtropical storm. Some do. I did not show you this yet. It's this
A bomb
system right
cyclone?
here. It's a complete and
Uh,
total mess right now, and it looks non-tropical at first glance, but it is non-frontal. So it's just low pressure in the middle of nowhere, and I do not think that looks like just a bunch of clouds circling around a center. It does not look like it's a subtropical system. Since the center's around this area. Oh my god. Please.
Basically, yeah, well, yeah, it
Dang.
looks horrible.
Alright. Did you play the soundboard? Yes.
I was going to play the foghorn, but it'd be too loud.
Yeah. Um. Alright, so let me pull up this again though. The low is right around here, and then the clouds are just circling around it. Very, very disorganized. Doubt it's a
Yeah.
storm at all.
What about what about this little guy up here, up by this thing right here, rotation top.
Where? Just send an image
That's
in. Alright.
yeah, this thing.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah. I forgot. There's a massive cyclone over the Michigan area, dumping snow.
Yeah, I see that. That's a bomb cyclone, right?
No, no, not yet. It'd have to be a lot less. Bomb cyclone is an intensification, like rapid intensification.
Gotcha,
This had a lot of time to deepen.
gotcha.
Yeah, if I go a bit earlier in the day, you could see how good it looked right over here. Like
Oh
look at how
wow,
massive that is. It extends all the way to
holy,
Greenland area. Has this
that's
shrimp
crazy.
formation to it. I'm actually gonna
That's
save this right now as an
that's a
image. Is that as a little literal shrimp there?
perfect shrimp right there.
How its
Here,
tail just
send it.
extends outward of the center of it, right around here.
Yep. 3L. See. So 930 won't update. So when will 930 basically be ripped apart? Like in 2 days, right? About 2 days.
Yes. 1 to 2 days. Or, I mean, actually within the next 24 hours, likely.
What?
Stop doing soundboard sounds, please.
Okay, it was perfect. It
Yeah,
was
go ahead.
fitting.
Right.
Dude,
Right. So yeah, if I go up to
come
93L
fires.
right now, and if I go over to model data right over here, we are on
On
the ninth. So you see
fires.
this blue line? That's where we are right now. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so
Oh
if I
wow. Yeah. No.
shift this over some to right over here, this is 24 hours. So it's already in awful conditions then.
Great.
So
So
it's
that's
going to
cool.
progressively get worse throughout the next. It's already getting worse right now, and it's going to continue to slowly get worse.
Oh well, that's not. I mean, that's kind of good for in terms of like potential hurricane potential. But in terms of rainfall, Panhandle will still be seeing a lot of rainfall
Yes.
because of that.
It's not going to be confined to a center mainly. It's going to be broad right
Yeah,
over
like a
here,
line, right?
impacting the
Huge
coastline
line.
of Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia,
What's a
and
tornado
Florida.
potential on?
Um, Good question. I have not checked that actually.
It looks pretty tornado
I'm
potential.
assuming a marginal risk or something. Nope, just a thunderstorm risk for all the south coast that day, and we can't get any good. Oh well, there's a day 4 risk. I didn't even see that. Snuck up on me.
Storm prediction center. Oh, that's South of Florida's in one.
But yeah, there's not really anything with that on here.
That's true.
So I don't really expect a much of a tornado threat yet. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of. There could be the potential this might rise in
Yeah.
the future. All right, here we go. Lydia strengthens into a hurricane. Hurricane force winds and flooding rains expected to begin in west central Mexico on Tuesday. Their cone should have updated. Here we go. Here's their cone. They
Mhm.
believe it's going to be 90 miles an hour at this point, um, right over here, 90 miles an hour, then 105. Then at the very end, I do not know what that is. That is, let me check. That is 40 miles an hour. Tropical storm, very minimal at that point.
Gotcha.
Maybe even dissipated by then. And if
Oh
we
wow.
go over to tropical depression max, see how small the cone is. Yeah,
Look at this. I want to play the foghorn effect so bad.
no,
That's
don't.
so fitting, bro. I'm not. No, no.
All right.
That's so true though. Oh, look at the wind field. That's
Yeah.
the saddest wind
It's
field
not
ever.
even a wind field though. It's not a tropical storm, which is so weird why they give it a chance for winds.
Only in HD.
Mm. I don't think there's any other disturbances. Nope, and they're not including the that system up to the north yet.
Oh wow.
And I'm glad they aren't because I do not think it is something. And here's Koinu right now, 30-mile-an-hour tropical depression.
It's
Screen's loading
overland. It's
shortly.
overland. It's overland as a TD. I saw it.
Yep, and that's going to be dying out soon in the Gulf of Tonkin.
Wow. What a life as a typhoon though. That was like
Yes.
look how long it stretched.
Since it
The
first
guy
went
was
under an intensification period, then weakened, then became a Category 4, then weakened, then strengthened once again.
yep.
I
Yeah,
remember telling
that's a
people I don't think it's going to be a Category 5. I don't even think it's going to be a major hurricane. Went over here, and then it became a Category
womp
4
womp.
likely. This system has high hopes, though, in terms of a rapid intensification. It could even
Which one?
be a Category 5 by the time it reaches this area. I mean, that
Oh,
cannot be ruled out at all with
Bolav
this.
Bulaven? Bulaven?
Bolaven, yeah, I think so.
Alright,
Or
I'm
wait,
so
what is
sorry.
its name? Yeah, Bolaven. Bolaven, yeah. Um, so yeah, I mean, it depends on if it undergoes rapid intensification, it could become a Category 5 around this kind of area or whatnot. But if it wants to, like, the thing is, it's so hard to predict rapid intensification with this, so that's why they
Mhm.
go on a near Category 5 status in this region,
Yeah,
even though
yeah.
it's likely not going to undergo gradual intensification. It's going to go upwards of a lot more.
Gotcha. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, Bolaven. Hmm. That'll be. I honestly think it's gonna be worse once it moves away from Guam.
Yeah.
It'll be
Thankfully,
like
it's not
bigger and stronger.
overland by the time it's out over here.
No, it's not. It's not. There's a lot of rip currents.
Hmm. That's a cool little blob. All right.
Bro complimented a low blow.
Yeah. I forgot tropical storm warnings are gone now. For
Oh, for Max.
Max. Yep, they're all gone.
No way these guys gave Max a win a win chart.
Yeah.
No shot.
All right, back over here. I'm trying to find out where Philippe eventually went. As here it was approaching the area. As you can see right over here, gradually approaching, making landfall.
Yep.
And then you'll notice
Yeah.
that there were two lows with the system. One over here, and then one kind of over here where they're both merging into one.
Yeah, that sucked it up hard too.
Yeah, the main low is not Philippe, I don't think. It could be considered Philippe. I don't think it is, though. Because if I go back several other days, you'll see how it still existed. Nope, not yet. Oh god.
Yeah.
It's still loading. It was still a low pressure well before. Let me show it up on. Yeah, there it is. Right when Philippe was still a tropical storm.
Oh wow.
So if I go back a bit of days, you'll see how it still existed. Um,
That didn't
right over
disappeared.
here on the north. And this is the low that's forming. It sucked up Philippe into it.
Oh, rip.
Oh, and look,
Dang,
back in
that's
this
tough.
time, they were predicting 93L to do something
Oh wow.
and head
That's
towards
crazy.
Florida.
Oh wow. Huh. I guess I consider that a call it.
So here, I'm gonna look at the latest radar imagery on Bolaven.
I just checked Bolaven a few minutes ago. It's looking pretty big, honestly.
I
I
forgot we
guess it looks
still have
like
observations here. You'll see all these little dots and stuff. 20 miles an hour, 29-mile-an-hour gust. I'm gonna refresh the. I need to search it up actually. Guam weather
my
observation
cone
once again.
my cone got smaller,
All right.
thinning out on
So
my end.
they got lesser gusts recently. They were at 35-mile-an-hour gusts earlier. Now they're down to 28s. Rainfall's been
Oh wow.
increasing, almost a tenth of an inch in an hour, and visibility's a lot lower as they're getting rain and mist, that kind of stuff. Not a lot, but now you'll notice the heavier rain band, right? There it is approaching the area. That has
I
heavy
also
rain and it's the oranges.
yeah, I also on my end, the amount of rain that places like Song Song and Sinapayo are about to see in a few seconds, and I mean a few hours slash days, is going to be very significant as it passes through.
Yeah,
Um, if you look from here,
I can't pull it up
you
on
put
stream, sadly. I can't pull up Discord.
all of the basically all of that like western southern end of the storm is so fat it's going to be slamming to Song Song and Singpan or
What
whatever
islands are
for
those in?
power. It's the one
Oh, Rhoda,
nearest the
right here.
yeah, Rhoda.
Yep.
They are going to be getting tons of rainfall for a long time.
Yeah.
Um, and I honestly believe that a category two before it hits this point is not cannot be ruled out.
I believe it's a
It does
category
say
2 right now, I'd say. Willing to say
really.
that. Yep.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that was at 81. It
Oh, and
might be a
also
cat.
the eye wall
Yeah.
has Gone so better organized on the in this area that it's
Yeah,
gone
I
in
see
two
that.
and a half inches in the past hour. That's very
Yeah,
flash
I see that.
flooding kind of stuff.
I
Oh,
see that too.
and
Yeah.
it actually got up to 3 inches in an hour at one point.
Oh, holy cow. That's really impressive.
Yep,
That's
and of course
yeah.
the eye's been very good with no inches or like no rain at all in an hour. Like this area has gotten like no
Yeah.
rain in the past hour. Like this area, but Guam's been
Oh,
getting
that's
more and more now recently.
yeah, Guam and surge potential is gonna
hmm
start going up
We're already
with
getting areas of
yeah.
like some little scattered spots now of around 2 inches of rain on northern Guam,
Oh,
which is going to slowly increase. Like it's little spots of 2 inches since it's a small island like here and here. Oh, and also you can see the radar dome, or there's I like that's right over here. You can see how it's like an eye almost,
yeah, yeah, I see
and
that.
that's due to the radar
I see that moment too, yeah.
over the
My radar
international
goes
airport area.
crazy. But yeah. Also, once it hits this, like, once it's perpendicular to Sinapalo and Dougie, or whatever however you pronounce it, storm
hmm
surge is going to start picking up a lot for the islands, for the northern islands, for like San Jose, Saipan International Airport. Because right now, the wind from the back end of the storm isn't completely hitting those northern islands to full effect. But once
Yeah,
it's perpendicular with Song, etc., those winds are going to be those backward ring winds are going to be right up against those islands. It's going to be
yeah.
the worst at
If
that
the
point.
low is right over here, then we're gonna start getting the impacts
Exactly.
along
Yeah.
over here, and then near Rhoda, then it's gonna be at its worst down here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. The worst is honestly yet to come yet
hmm
for this
Yeah, but
storm.
oh my god, this
Um,
band is very impressive over parts of
it
northern
is. It
Guam.
is.
Definitely right as
Northern
how it's
Guam.
organizing right before it impacts the area.
Yeah, it's definitely undergoing rapid intensification. Honestly, it's. I mean, just its development over the last few hours has been noticeable.
hmm It's been trying to
It's
get an
definitely.
an eye lightning was observed in the eye wall. I'll show it on
Oh,
stream in a
seriously?
moment. There were around 2 or 3 lightning bolts that occurred recently.
Oh, that's always
And that does
that's
mean
always a key
intensification.
indicator. Yeah,
Definitely at least a typhoon. At that point,
that's
we
always.
normally don't expect eye wall or lightning in the eye wall until later in development. And lightning in eye wall does mean it's developing.
Oh yeah. Oh boy.
So here, I'm gonna send this in stream momentarily. I'm gonna pull this up shortly. But here's the international airport with their gusts and stuff. I'm wondering if there's cameras nearby.
Uh,
Um,
okay. Oh wow.
I'm gonna look up for live Guam webcam.
Oh, there is lightning.
Oh, it's off
Dang.
signal, offline.
No, what's offline? Oh yeah, that camera went offline. I checked it.
Mm-hmm. This is still ongoing. It's a tennis court. Oh wow,
Oh
this
my
is actually
God.
perfect imagery right now. This was as of
Oh
1301.
wow. Dude, I haven't looked at those tennis courts in a
This
while.
is actually live imagery. This was a minute ago, roughly. This is
Dude,
very up to date right now.
Chase, literally less than an hour ago, that tennis court was like just getting drizzles, and now like the
hmm
whole thing is holy cow.
And then
Let me go.
um here's Saipan. It's down, I think. Nope, never mind.
Oh,
Here
he's
it is.
Saipan. Where is that?
Oh, oops, I pull
Is
up
that in the
Miami.
storage?
Here's Saipan. Saipan's live camera.
Okay, so they're gonna be on the far northern side of the storm. They're gonna be dealing with surge. I would like to see this camera when it's perpendicular with the southern islands.
Mm-hmm.
I would reckon some of the houses on that coast would be underwater when it is perpendicular, depending how strong it is.
Okay, here's the Hall of Fame and whatnot, I guess, of the images and stuff. You could see earlier how good it looked, and now
Conditions
conditions
are
are
deteriorating.
deteriorating slowly.
Yeah,
So this is Saipan. I love getting to see live cameras on seeing what's actually
same. Yeah,
going on right now.
yeah.
If I pull up on my stream where Saipan is getting the rain and whatnot, what it's getting right now. Where is Saipan again?
It's the northern Saipan is like let's find it.
Where is Saipan?
It's in the northern islands. It's by the Saipan International Airport.
Okay, it's
Um,
oh, Saipan's an island. Okay.
yep. Which is
Oh, Saipan and
Womp Womp.
Tinian are right next to each other. Okay. So those are two islands right there. Okay, so let me look at what they're getting right now. They're in oh my god, they're the islands that are out of radar. Where I was showing earlier how they're not getting
Oh yeah,
right.
they're just out of radar range. Stuff. Holy cow.
And I hate that a lot because they like they should be in the radar, but somehow those islands are the ones that are just missing.
Bro.
Yeah, and since I got the latest loop to load in, I'm gonna pull it up on stream soon with the lightning in the eye wall.
Yeah, I see that. Oh boy.
All right, here we go. So here's the latest frames of the storm moving in, and here's what I mean by the gap. There's like an invisible line right over here where we cannot
Uh-huh.
see the
I have that on mine.
conditions.
Yeah, I have that on
So
mine
you can
too.
see how
Although mine is disappearing.
there's Rota down here, there's Saipan, Tinian, both of those islands not in or not in the radar good coverage, whatever. So yeah, so it's right around here-ish. That's not doing a good job. But yeah, in the latest frames, you'll notice the lightning indicator all around the eye wall right over here. So we got a bit of lightning strikes. If I zoom in and look at it more in depth on my phone, there were around 4 lightning strikes around the eye wall on
Okay,
the
I see
southern
that.
side.
Let me try to.
The first one happened at around 10:49, so that's around um how long ago is that? That's 16 minutes ago? No, yeah, 16 minutes ago or so. And then the
Okay.
last lightning strike occurred on 10:53, so around 13 minutes ago. So yeah, there was a
Okay.
brief
Yeah,
period
that's
of lightning, and that's how you could tell that it's organized. Right over here, it finally becomes organized, and then that's when lightning starts. And lightning typically indicates either it's organized or organizing, and it's clearly not completely organized. So that mainly means
yeah.
it's organizing right now.
Yeah, it's intensifying
hmm
quick.
Also, if we go over
Um,
to the Guam area right now, um, here it is. What they're getting. Let me see where this is actually being recorded in. Oh, hold on. Guam National Tennis Center, where that is.
there we go.
Hold on. Alright, so I'm gonna pull up where they're located at.
I'm gonna get a
Alright, so
loop
they're
up.
on the northern side, right over here.
Okay, gotcha.
So they are in the heavy rain. They're
Oh yeah, they
around
are.
this area ish.
Yep.
So they're in the very bad weather right now, in terms
Heavy,
of
heavy,
rain at
heavy.
least. Can't see any
Yep.
flooding or anything. Can I actually go back in time? Nope, of course not. Wait, wait. Oh, oops. I can take care. I can take photos. But yeah, it's you could see some of the rain around the area. Just little bits of breezes and stuff if you look on the nets. Guam should be
Yep.
mostly fine. And if we go over to oh yeah, I forgot. Something we can use to see how bad the conditions are in Tinian, Saipan, those areas are mesosectors and stuff like that's basically satellite imagery on a specific
Gotcha.
spots. And also, it looked like briefly the storm was developing an eye over here for Lidia. Just saw it on the recent frame.
Let me
Something
take
to
a look.
notice. It's loading.
Oh yeah, I see that. I know what you're talking about. That looks pretty suspect. Come on, no radar.
Yeah, right over here. Nope, almost loaded. Alright, here it is. The recent frames, you'll notice that the eye has been opening up on the southern side right over here.
I see that. Oh
Yep.
yeah,
Alright, but back over
that's bad.
to the storm. Alright, so that's not an eye that formed. It's in very intense convection over the center. Yeah, so you see right over here in the recent frames, it's a
Mhm.
bunch of very, very intense whites in the center. Let me zoom in a little bit more. There's whites inside of pink. So normally you'd think that that's the eye forming, but no, that's very intense um, cloud tops basically. It's so
Yeah.
intense that it's
Oh
actually a
yeah.
little bit lower than, or a little bit
Purple
warmer than
black.
what's around it. Also,
Yeah.
something else to note
Oh,
about this is you can see the bands of heavy rainfall approaching um,
Mexico. Yeah.
approaching Guam. Yeah, I know you said Mexico.
Oh,
We've
Bolaven.
been focused on so many storms. But yeah, you can see how bad it is here. So it's not Guam's or Tinian, Saipan. I mean, they're getting a little bit of a break right now in terms of rainfall. So if we go back over to the
Yep.
camera, oh look, we can see rain droplets.
Oh, okay. You can see the wind picking up there too. You can tell stuff is
Yeah. Yeah. You'll see
the
your
trees are just
occasional
yeah.
breeze and stuff like that.
Saipan.
Don't think there's audio.
Saipan.
Music. Oh
That's
dang.
Saipan.
Right, never mind. I know you can't hear it, but what are the different views?
Music.
Oh, okay. Of course, they're showing my area, the Lauderdale by the sea or whatever, somewhere nearby. So it's 1:11 p.m. in the area right now. So this is up to date kind of stuff.
Okay. Oh boy.
Camera location,
Is
camera name. Temperature is 84 degrees Fahrenheit in the area.
what radar are you using? What radar are you using for Bolivian?
Oh, Guam's radar.
I'm using PGUA.
PGUA.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
It starts with a P and then it's Guam, basically.
If we die from the storm, then you already know, stay Jamaican. No shot.
Yeah, right.
No shot.
That's what someone said.
Stay Jamaican.
Yeah.
I wonder who that was, Chase.
Yeah, I know, right. But yeah, so the islands are basically in a break of Saipan and stuff. They're not getting any rain or anything. But it's
hmm
mainly
That
Guam that's
that'll
getting
kick up
hit with
again.
the heavy rain.
Yeah, yeah. That'll kick up again soon though.
Here it is. You can see some of the rain droplets on the stream right now. Slowly getting
Yeah. And the ten if you notice the net on the tennis court
yeah,
is
it's moving
over.
slightly. It's not anything big. If you look at the trees, they're not swaying that much.
But the tennis court, no, you something hit it or it's either like wobbling. I can't tell if it's like broken or something broke
Nah,
or
it's just down, I'd say. I don't know why.
I
I
wonder
don't
what
know why
knocked it
it
down.
may it might have been clipped down or something. I don't know why it's like that actually.
Yeah.
Buffering.
No, please don't go down. It's like the
No.
good camera. Womp womp. Hmm.
Yeah, so the camera might be down. Oh no, oh, yeah, and here's more rain in the area.
Green.
Seemed like it's just
Okay.
been picking up now. Oh well, look,
Yeah.
you can see the storm there. The clouds moving.
Oh yeah, shoot, you can.
Moving at a
That's
decent
crazy.
speed right now. I've learned how fast storms can move or clouds can move after Idalia. You'd see the cloud for literally like one minute and a half, and then it'd be gone out of your view. They move so
Oh
fast
wow.
when you're near the center of the storm.
Wow, that's crazy. I've never seen clouds go that fast.
Yeah,
I didn't know they go that fast. I wonder if there's any much like tornado potential on that southern side of the storm.
I don't think so. It's
Um
mostly on the northeastern side, which will thankfully mean, or well, actually, it's going to be impacting um, Saipan and Tinian. So I mean, a tornado warning can't be ruled out. It's so rare because it's a
yeah.
small island.
Yeah, it's such a small island. And which is makes it worse so much for the residents because a storm like this can do so much damage because of how small the island is. Um,
Yeah.
when it comes in terms of wind, surge, anything else is going to be much larger in terms of damage because of how small the area is.
Yes.
Good.
And from the looks of this, it seems like the island's somewhat elevated. That's good.
Yeah.
If there was any damage or one, I don't know where this is actually located. Um. Oh, there's gusts. They have stats. 50 mile an
Oh,
hour gusts
sweet.
they're getting right now. Okay. 32 miles
Ooh,
an hour northeast winds.
is that tropical storm force? No, it's not.
Tropical storm force is 40 or 39 actually.
Oh wow, so it's above tropical storm force. So
Mm-hmm.
they're all right. That's probably ramp up soon. That's Saipan.
Right.
Wait, is Saipan in directly? Where is Saipan?
All right,
Like,
I'll
are they
pull it up.
directly above
Saipan
the storm
is.
on the
Hold on.
map?
Saipan is. Almost have it up. Right. Saipan is this northern islands right here.
Oh, okay. So it's like the more northern one, the farthest
Yes.
north.
Tinian's this island.
Which one? Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
the southern island.
The
Yeah, you
two.
see Saipan right here.
Yeah, I see that.
Saipan's a city,
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
Dang, that's crazy. So the island that's farthest north is still getting 50-mile-an-hour gusts.
Yeah.
Dang.
Let me see if there's actually an observation place here. There's the station, Saipan International Airport,
44. Okay.
2944. That makes sense.
Come on. Benjamin Ty Scan. I want to see if they're getting any gust reading.
Oh, look, I can zoom in some. Look at this. I
It's
can
actually
actually
really good.
zoom in. That's
Oh
very,
yeah.
very useful.
This camera is actually not bad.
I'm trying to figure out where that island is. I want to find out the exact location that it's at right now.
Oh, that little island?
Yes. Because
I
I
don't
know
think
that
you're
no
gonna be
one
able
lives there, basically. It's just a
there's
small
no
little
shot you'll
island.
wow.
So I'm trying to find it. Saipan. Let me
I
go to
found it.
satellite on my phone. Just trying to figure out where it is.
It's called Saipan Harbor, I think. Is it? Yeah.
Saipan Harbor?
Saipan Harbor. It's so small the name barely comes up for a second. Uh,
Oh, I think I see it.
I see it. Yeah, it's I sent it.
All right, let me
Um,
look.
image of it. I think this is it right here. Saipan Harbor.
Oh, you're over there.
Or it's this one. Managa.
Yeah, I'm looking at that one, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, why is there a
Managaha.
camera icon on it?
It's probably because there's a camera on the
Can
island.
you check it?
Wait. I'm looking at why there's a camera.
Sorry, guys, we're still looking at trying to figure out what cameras we can use and stuff.
Managa. Managa.
All right, yeah, but I'm gonna check out where that weather station is. 'Cause it looks like it's over here, almost on the airports.
Why is there a camera on it? That's odd. I can't tell if that's because there's like a camera that we can watch, or it's like some sort of like marking of like, I don't know,
Hmm.
historic site. I don't know.
Do you see the camera? Or
There's a camera icon, but I can't like interact with it. It might be
hmm
because the typhoon warning is getting in the way of me being able to click it. I'm trying to look it up. Mana,
I think I might know what I'm looking at. I don't know though. Here, let me
Managaha
look at this more in depth.
Island. Okay, yeah, it is. I found it just. If
All
you
right.
look up Managaha Island, it's pretty much it's like a food spot, like tourist area. I
I'll
think
show
there is
you
a
what I'm looking at. Oh wait, no, hold on. Let me make it so it's north now. Right. I'll send you
Managaha.
in the Discord what it's looking like. Sorry guys, we're trying to find out where this island is so I can find out the location of the camera. All right, so I sent it in.
Yeah, that's it. That's
That's
probably it.
it. All right. So here I'm gonna pull it up on stream. At least an image of it. I don't want my face on it. All right. I'm gonna pull it up on stream in a moment on where the location likely is. All right. So
Um, one good thing for that is that that island is on the other side of the island, which would really reduce its surge
yeah.
buildup.
All right. So this is where we're looking at right now, like from here, and we're looking out this way almost. I believe so.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me. I feel like it would be a little closer to the bay though.
Yeah. Trying to find out what that building is.
Where? Oh, that
Right
little
there.
building.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has a solar panel on it.
Yeah.
Because it
Shouldn't be
has to be
hard to
some sort of
find.
electric. Yeah.
Hmm.
I okay, here we go. Let me see if I can pull up any sites on.
Oh, look, you can see some birds flying. Look at him go. There's one. All right. There were three birds that just flew.
Managaha. Okay, let's see.
All right, let me go back to the Guam camera because they're getting. Look at it. Look at it now. You can see how wet the ground is and stuff.
Yeah, that's why there's a flood watch.
Mm-hmm. It looks a
Okay.
little bit brighter now. But yeah, that's Guam right now. Northern side of Guam, at least. At least I believe so. And then this is Saipan.
Saipan.
Oh, 18,000 likes and stuff. Boom, liked it. Right. Yeah, the conditions are slowly
So
picking up.
yeah,
Gonna take a
yeah.
while to do so.
Managaha Island is like a big tourist attraction.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah. Um,
And because there may be the reef out there. Yeah, you see it?
yeah, I see that.
No crashing waves or anything out this area. Alright. Um,
Alright.
there we go. So, yeah, now they're getting a break in the rain and stuff like that. But overall, going back to the radar imagery of it. Yeah, so this is. Let me see if I can pull up another good imagery of the camera or something.
Check on everybody else. How's everybody else doing? Lydia's still got 175. No 293.
I'm looking at the conditions right now. 29 miles an hour, 44-mile-an-hour gust. Tinian International Airport went down recently. I don't know if it did or not.
Oh wow.
No, it doesn't seem like it. I don't know, maybe? No, yeah, it did 4 hours ago. Alright, so now you could see the another round of heavy rainfall heading for Guam. I'm gonna look if there's any flash flood warnings, flood advisories, anything like that on my phone. A hurricane
Oh,
local statement
I
was
gotta
made.
I gotta go.
Alright. Well, thank you
See ya.
for being here. Yep. Alright, see ya.
All right, see you guys.
Alright. I'm gonna see if I can get to Bolaven. Alright. Anyways, guys, I am here. I'm here for the long run, okay? Alright, so right now we're tracking Bolaven, mainly that's the main system that's threatening lands. And currently it's impacting Rota, right now, this area. There's no cameras here, sadly, so we can't exactly see. Oh, yeah, I forgot there's this icon to look at the camera location, stuff like that. So I believe this works. Let me check. Yeah, okay, so it appears like that if I go over an area. So it should be working if I zoomed in. Guess not, so okay. Alright, yeah, but the reported winds right now, we're getting tropical storm force gust on some islands, or some places and stuff like that. We're getting stronger gusts in these areas. I'm gonna update the Guam's airports uh, to see how much higher it's gotten. Alright, 29-mile-an-hour gust, heavy rain. So yeah, that's been happening for the last while or so. For almost the past half an hour or so now. Due to you know all the there was a heavy rain ban that came in right through here. If I go back some 30 minutes ago, that's the heavy rain ban that came in. So it's gonna ease up briefly for Guam. Gonna pull up on my phone the total rainfall accumulation. But yeah, there's no flood advisories, none of that yet. Just flood watches for everywhere, and that's about it's there. So I'm gonna see on my phone if there's how much rain has occurred. Not on, I'm not. I can't pull it up on stream just yet. Oh, flash flood warning has been issued for the island of Guam right now, and I'm gonna pull that up on stream. So this is our first flash flood warning. It's not a flash flood emergency, but it's a flash flood warning now. Updated it on screen, and it will be soon up on my stream once I figure out what it is. All right, so I'll explain what it is first. Okay. Um, it says. Where does it say? All right, Doppler radar. All right, so here's Guam. The entire island of Guam is under the flash flood warning. All right, Doppler radar indicated heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 and 1.8 inches of rain have fallen. The expected rain rate is 1.25 to 2 inches per hour. Additional rainfall amounts of 2 to 3.6 inches are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. So this is around. They could be getting 3.25 to or 3. Sorry, my bad. 3 to around 6 inches of rainfall so far in the next couple of hours. So that is not good at all right now. So yeah, flash flood warning was issued. That was expected, but now it's the entirety of Guam because they're going to be getting heavier and heavier rainfall amounts. Let me see if I can pull it up on this one radar site that I saw. Give me a moment to pull it up. It's almost like some other things. One. What the heck? Alright, give me a moment to pull it up. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. My bad. I'm searching through Twitter real quick to see what was the link. Alright, Attic Radar is what it's called. So it's a pretty good radar site, I'd say. It acts just like Radar Scope. Here we go. I'm pulling it up. Hopefully, I can show Guam radar on here. Here we go. So Guam is under a flash flood warning right now. There it is. Getting some heavier rainfall amounts soon. No, actually, I don't want temperatures and stuff. All right, there's temperature at least. All right. So this whole area is under the flash flood warning right now. Um, can I actually get the hurricane track? Nope. Okay, only for this area at least. All right. So, yep, there's the storm overall. There's the radar, and you could see how bad the rain rates are and stuff. It's been continuing to do this for quite some time. And this is just the latest frame. And then you'll notice the radar gap clearly here that we cannot see the area for Rota or Saipan, the Northern Mariana Islands, that kind of area. Alright, but going back to the live streams, this is the area under a flash flood warning right now. Shouldn't see any significant flooding on the camera. I doubt it's going to be a flood prone area. But on here we can look more clearly at conditions in Saipan right now. And you'll see a little bit of trees blowing in the winds. Pretty pretty expected, and you could see the waves coming in at a faster than normal speed due to the overall storm in the wind field. Currently, they've been getting. Here, I'm going to refresh it because it might be just a bit out of date. Nope, still 32 miles an hour, 50-mile-an-hour gust. So they haven't updated it recently. Windy on the observations. I'm going to look at Saipan area. 29-mile-an-hour sustained, 44-mile-an-hour gust. And let's see. This was a little bit higher earlier. But yeah, the winds are to the southwest now. But yeah, the temperature is definitely a lot lower right now due to the storm and stuff. But something we can see with this is we can see how bad the rainfall is. You'll see that there's not much going on in the area. Um, this mainly shows heavier rainfall amounts and stuff. When you get into the blues, you shouldn't really see much. But in the pinks and stuff, this is the upper levels, basically. This is what it looks like from space, almost. Um, and if we go over to the radar imagery, that is what we see that's what we'd feel, basically. So even though the entire storm part is very, very or very, very cold cloud tops and stuff, that doesn't mean that the storm is heavy rainfall all around there. Something that we can see, though, is the edges of it are approaching Guam right now. So that is the core of the system. Right over here is approaching Guam. And it is also over parts of Rota right now. Right over there. It's almost covering the entire island, I'd say, right now. But yeah, I'm going to look on my phone real quick to see if there's any update in terms of lightning. Yes, there's been an increasingly more and more amounts of lightning in the eye wall of the storm. And definitely like around 10 flashes or so in this little area. Will show lightning actually work? I doubt it. Oh, there it is. See? Lightning flash. Alright, let me zoom in a lot more. It doesn't show all of them. There's been like 10 or so flashes observed, or bolts. But yeah, that's the only one that you can actually see here. So yeah, the storm's eye wall is trying to intensify right now. And you can see the heavy rainfall amounts that have been going on over Rota, of course. But yeah, interesting to see the flash flood warning be issued for the entirety of Guam. They've been getting it a lot recently, so that's not good at all. Let me look on my phone. Yeah, so it's very hard to tell how bad the rain rates are as it's so close to the radar. But something to note though is that near the eye wall of the storm here, there's been rates of around 3 inches per hour, which is due to the fact that the storm is very slow moving and stuff, or like it's intense rainfall over a long period of time. So that's where we get the intense rainfall. So that makes sense, right? And then outer skirts of it can be getting lots of areas are getting around half an inch of rainfall. Basically, this whole area is getting half an inch of rainfall per hour. So that can stack up quickly if it continues for several hours and stuff like that. Right, and also there's been heavy amounts of rainfall in this whole area. This band right here and this area has been getting lots and lots of heavy rain because of how long they've been in the same spot for. But now we're also getting another band right along here that's increasing rainfall totals. Some areas in Guam have gotten over an inch of rain in the past hour. And that's going to continue to glide down the southern coasts of Guam. So we got an inch per hour rates here for this past hour, and eventually it'll move down here and then finally be offshore. But yeah, the entirety of Guam is under a flash flood warning due to the amounts of rainfall that are occurring. Could be amounts of up to 20 inches of rainfall could fall in the areas within the next few days or so. which that's very very bad for the area. All right, going over to the live cameras in the area. This is Saipan right now. Saipan is this island right up here, and Guam's over here right now. So it's kind of in between. The storm's in between the two right now. Right, don't have an update yet of its forecast track. I don't maybe or yeah, I do. All right, and then going over to Guam's live camera. Here it is. You can see the reflection, and you can see the rain over here, little drops and stuff occurring throughout the area. So it is raining in the area. So yeah, here was it a while ago. You could see the eye and stuff, but that isn't the case anymore. That's a little bit out of date. Here's the eye trying to develop right here. Not doing a very good job right now in terms of how the appearance looks. But it is going to try and develop itself. It's going to try and close in a northern eye wall here because the eye wall so far is mainly right here. So all it needs to do is wrap around this. Or actually, it would have to be the other way, my bad. It'd have to wrap it around this way for it to finally get its full eye together. And then you might see some clearing in the center. Right now, the center is very, very intense. Right now, with its. And that is not an eye in the center, that is just very, very powerful cloud tops and stuff. That's where you get the most intense rainfall and stuff like that. There's been a burst in the northwest right now as well, right over here. In this little area. Give me one moment, real quick. Let me check something. Alright, good. Alright, so let's see. Something we haven't covered in a while, though, that I do want to shed some light on, are some other storms that are going on in the Atlantic or in the overall world right now. We have Lidia over here as a Category 1, expected to peak out as a powerful Category 2, slam into Mexico, and then die out rapidly. We have 92L, which could become a hurricane out to sea. And then we also have Max over here, that's rapidly weakening, moving inland. Then we have 93L, which has a good shot, like around a 50-50, I'd personally say, maybe a bit lower now, of forming throughout the next 24 hours or so. Alright. Then also we have Koinu, that is going out over into the Gulf of Tonkin. I just thought I'd say some stuff about that. Alright, but something to note about Bolaven, though, is the overall structure of the storm and the banding it has. Really speaks a lot about its overall structure. Um, it looks very, very organized, and an eye could pop out very, very soon. It just needs to get its act together on radar, and then it will finally be, could be even be a Category 5. I don't think it's going to do that very, very quickly. I think around, we could be expecting Category 5 over here if it really wants to rapidly intensify. But I don't think it's going to do it that quickly. But here, if I zoom out to the overall perspective, of the storm. Here's Guam, and then here's the overall size of the storm right over here. And it's just it's so wide right here. It has a whole entire it creates its own good environment. Dry air is persistent all throughout here, but this acts as a shield from the core of the storm. So it's definitely gonna do good for a while. Um, let's see. So there's I'm just looking for any updates or whatnot. All right. So besides this though, here's you can see some of the wind that's blowing this direction now. We're starting getting gusty winds blowing this way right now. I believe that's the case at least. I mean, I'm noticing it's going this way, this way. It was some brief wind gust. Yeah, you see right over here. Yep. See, there we go. There we go. Wind gusts are picking up right now briefly. The camera's shaking a little bit. And this is in Guam right now. Just got a little bit of a screenshot of it. There we go. Conditions are starting to get a little bit worse in Guam right now. You can see there were some gusty winds that occurred briefly in the area. And yeah, that's expected to get worse over time. So yeah, see how it keeps folding, or keeps getting pushed along the winds. And this is just the start of it so far. They could be getting around tropical storm force gust, I'd say, at this time. Um, but yeah, conditions are, as we just saw there was a big wind gust that just occurred. And so that's why that happens. Let's see. So yeah, you can see how it keeps shaking stuff, and now earlier it was just all folded down because there wasn't much wind, but now it's been swaying more and more. The camera's been moving around a little bit more. Right, hold on. Right, here we go once again. So they're the ones getting gusty winds right now, it looks like. I'm wondering if I can actually pull the camera up on somewhere real quick. I'm gonna try it on stream. I'm gonna add a web browser, or how do I do this? Browser. Right, and I'm gonna paste in the link. See if I can get it on stream. Nope, doesn't work. Almost looks like it. Right, okay, and the video's buffering. Right, let me go over to the Saipan camera. See if this can work at least. I'm gonna try and add this on stream. It's gonna load shortly. Up there we go. There we go. Now you can see some of the conditions on here right now. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't really need that right now. Doesn't seem like it. Was hoping we could get this camera up on stream, but it keeps freezing every time it does that. Don't get why it's muted. How do I unmute this? Don't get how it was muted earlier. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to look at this. Nope, guess not. Alright, so don't hear any things or anything like that. Let me try this. Okay, so that is a little bit stretched out more. Alright. So yeah, this is what it actually is. I don't know. It looks better stretched out in my opinion. It looks more wider and stuff. You can see more, it seems like. Alright, let me check something else as well. Alright, yeah, so this is the main storm that we're covering. Of course, and Guam's right here, getting hit with more and more heavy rain as we speak. No lightning has been seen in the or reported in the eye wall at least. And that makes sense because it's deteriorated some recently. Earlier it was more developed on the southern side, and now it's turning away to the western side. Ooh, ship reported 30 miles an hour winds a while ago. I'm wondering if this station went out. It hasn't reported anything in 44 hours. So as you can see, wind gusts are supposed to increase to around 50 miles an hour, so maybe even a bit higher. I'd say 60, 70 miles an hour. Right. Hold on. Right. Give me a moment. So yeah, here's the progression of the storm throughout the past hour or so. As it continues to approach the island of Rota right now. The center is almost directly perpendicular or in lines with Rota, almost directly east, I'd say, to the island. Right around here, almost at least. Just needs a little bit more northward motion. Hopefully, it'll try and miss the island and go north. The thing is, we may need the landfall for it to be less worse, actually, which is kind of ironic. And I'll explain why in a moment. Alright, so it is around 30 nautical miles, right? 35 kilometers away from land. Okay, that's not too far. And that is around 56 kilometers away. And so if I go overall to the so this is why it may be better if it makes a landfall. So you see all this rainfall. Let me zoom out a little bit more. All this rainfall right over here, and then it has a little eye right over here. Alright, so if this eye goes north of it, it's still going to get impacts. Like, it's going to get the worst of it. If it decides to go a little bit more towards land, it's going to get a break in the conditions, which would be nice. So you can see this, the ideal situation seems like if it would go towards land and then it'd be out of the conditions. But what it seems like it's going to do is it's going to continue going and it's going to be in conditions the entire time. So also another thing though is if it did go south and whatnot, of course Guam would be getting rain and whatnot, but it's not going to be as intense as the center part of it. So that's Rota needs to try and dodge. Because if it does make a landfall and whatnot, it would be out of those kind of conditions. Unless it tries to wrap back around by the time the eye hits land and then it goes through the backside again. It depends. But if it's at where it's at right now and it keeps that structure, it would be better if it goes straight through the land, as it will get a break. Alright, gonna try and pull up the camera over here and see how you're back to calm conditions. You can see some rain bands out here, looks like, and I believe they're looking nope, okay. I don't know what direction they're looking at right now. I believe this way. I believe they're looking directly this way. But they could also be looking this way. That'd make more sense in my opinion. Forbidden Islands or something, no. So it'd make most sense if it was looking at this island over here, because you got an island in view. And you got a pier as well. So yeah, that'd make perfect sense if that was the case. So yeah, they are looking at areas of the heavy rain and stuff. And if I pull it up on here, yeah, it works perfectly. It makes perfect sense. So the island is right about here, and they're facing that way. So they can see these clouds right over here in the distance, and that's why they're seeing that on, where is it? Here. They're seeing these intense rain clouds and stuff like that's producing rain in the distance that cannot be detected by radar. Okay, let me refresh it again. Yeah, so still 50 mile an hour gust, 32 mile an hour sustained winds, that kind of stuff is still happening. Around 84 degrees, and we're about to approach 2 p.m. Their time. But back over to the tennis courts. Looking at this briefly now, they've gotten a relaxing point in their rain. It looks like. Yep. See, there's a little bit of an opening gap of nothingness. Maybe. Yes, there is. There is. I can confirm that that's not contamination and that is a gap. So I'm looking at my phone. Right. I'm gonna pull up storm total accumulation on my phone. Yeah, some spots have been getting like 3.5, 4 inches of rain near over Guam. I mean, and some spots out to sea have been getting 7+ inches, 8+ inches, mainly near the core of the storm, right down here. So this whole trail is just like that basically. And so that's why if the center of the storm, let me go back and show this again. So that's why the center of the core of the storm, the several inches plus range has been like this path. So the thing is, oh no, oops, messed that up, right? So when it's like this, and then we go back here for the center dot. So if the eye, never mind, hold on, my bad. That's not the eye. Let me try this one last time. My bad, guys. Right, so since the storm's like this almost, with the most intense rain rates, and that's the eye. So if the eye kept going this direction, they'd briefly get in it seems like, but then they'd get out of it. Oh no, I did that wrong. Sorry, one last time. Over here. Right, so here it is. This is the eye, and if the storm keeps going its trajectory, it'd get hits in those heavy rainfall rates, basically. But if the storm went overland, it would not get that kind of rain rates, if that makes sense. The heavy rain rates. The thing is, it's double-edged sword right now in terms of Guam may get worse conditions, that kind of stuff. Hopefully not, but you never know. So looking at its Guam is got a little area of relaxation there. If I pull it up on stream, we're just looking at, you can see areas of not much rainfall, not much wind, not much any of that. Whereas earlier it was very gusty earlier. I'm wondering if I can see how gusty it was actually. Yeah, so sadly the thing is we can't really detect how strong the winds are in the area mainly. Actually, I might be able to see. Yeah, briefly, there could have been an area with 30-mile-an-hour gusts that was on stream earlier when it was at its worst conditions. But since two people are joining, be sure to like, and I'm gonna explain what's happening with this. All right, so if we go back over here and look at the overall structure of the storm, it's a very massive system. So if this is Bolaven, this is heading forward towards Guam right now. And if we go to um, true color, very far zoomed out, this shows you all the overall structure of the storm at least. And if we look on here, you can see right around here, This is the whole entire spin. You could see the clouds down here moving this direction. And then over here you can see these clouds moving this direction. So this acts as a shield for the storm in terms of bad conditions. It prevents it from getting dry air, which can weaken storms. Like here, the black things here kill it right here. This is dry air. And this is its shield from the core of the storm. So dry air is not getting in at all. It's not going to leak through and then impact the center and try and weaken it. So this makes it a very bad situation. There's moisture everywhere, and so it could be rapidly intensifying right now. There's been lightning observed in the eye wall, which means intensification is occurring. So yeah, that's what's happening with that on the upper layers. So like if we go over here, this is the overall structure of the storm right now. Um, Looks like it's moved. Yeah, it's continuing to move a little bit more south than what was expected, and it may make a landfall on Rota. That's going to be an interesting case to see if it does. Lightning was just observed in the eye wall again. Yes, it was. Several bolts of lightning are occurring once again. Alright, let me see if I can get anyone else in the stream. Nope, doesn't look like it's. Yeah, but, it's going to be an interesting next couple of hours or so to see when it will make its landfall, that kind of stuff. How soon it will do that. So the airport, yeah, last observation is so long ago. It's been knocked down and stuff. We've been getting a 31-mile-an-hour sustained winds, 45-mile-an-hour gusts, just as of recently, 11 minutes ago. New report came in that tropical storm gusts are still continuing on the island. Right, but yeah, here's the recent imagery in Guam. As you can see, it's a tennis court right now, and you can see the little bits of rain. One's right here on stream, on that's a little bit blurry. But if you look over here, you can just see how wet the ground is and stuff. And then you can see how wind's causing this to sway back and forth. Um, but if we look over on this camera, we can see Saipan. Um, and we can see how it's now clearing up in the area. The camera is all the way up here. The camera is here looking that way, like looking this way. So on the camera, you can basically see this area on your field of view. And if I pull that up on here, on the latest frame, and this is your view right here, you can basically see this whole area. So you can see these clouds on stream. If we look on the live camera, you can see how there's like darkness all throughout the distance, and that's what you're looking at, basically. I did not mean to do that, right? Let me go back to live. Alright, so yeah, this is gonna be a long, long, long night. Look, you can see some birds going around right now. Wish there was sound or something in the stream. I don't think there is, though. Never mind, this is music. Forgot. I know you all can't hear it. What's this? Dang, okay. Yeah, there's some rock music. You guys can't hear it, I don't think. Wait, never mind. Yeah. You guys can hear it. But no. Oh, okay, so it goes from camera to music. All right. But yeah, we can't hear anything from the camera, sadly. Okay, views are how many people have watched it. All right, so now if we go over here, to your radar, we can see a new band of rain is going to be approaching the area within the next 30 minutes or so, within the next hour maybe. But yeah, I will lightning has been occurring, and it's also approaching Rota right now. The worst conditions are approaching Rota. Rota is not under a flash flood warning yet. Guam is, the entirety of Guam is under a flash flood warning. Let me look at 1 hourly rates on my phone. Yeah, so parts near Rota have been getting around 1/4 of an inch per hour. This area, mainly. They're going to be continuing to get conditions throughout the next couple of hours and stuff like that. And you never know; it may make a landfall, may not. Anyways, let me check something. Um, do something real quick. 7329605. Okay, so just one. All right, yeah, that's good. And here's the flash flood. Oh wait, never mind. I don't have it up yet. Um, and here is the flash flood warning for Guam right now. This is what I mean by the bands of rain approaching the area. But yeah, it's a bad situation right now for the area. That's one of the main things I could say with this. And these temperatures are in Fahrenheit, by the way, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 20-mile-an-hour gusts and stuff like that. They're just stations. And but here's the flash flood warning. 1 and 1.8 inches of rain have fallen since around an hour ago. I believe an hour ago. Let me check. Yes, an hour ago. That's what happened. And the rainfall rate's going to be around 1 inch to 2 inches per hour. Additional rainfall amounts of 2 to 3.5 inches of rain are expected in the area. So yeah, hazard heavy flash flooding mainly is going to be occurring likely. And that's why you see the green box around the area due to the flash flood warning covering the entire island. And yeah, that's going to be continuing throughout the night with the flash flooding aspect. Is anyone here? I know that there's 2 concurred viewers. Want to say hi in chat, ask me questions. Right, so yeah, there's been gusty winds, occurring tropical storm force gusts up in Saipan. Alright, so something I want to cover with the system though is the storm surge aspects of it. While the center moves this direction, or maybe even up this way, the overall storm surge motion, whenever the low's over here, it causes winds to flow this way. So on Taipan and um, Taipan or Saipan and those areas, Tinian and Saipan, my bad. The southern side is going to get the worst storm surge, whereas in parts of Rota, the northern side is going to get the worst storm surge. Same thing with Guam, if anything. So that's something to keep in mind as the system moves north. And it looks like the center is now becoming more apparent here. An eye wall replacement cycle may be already trying to take place, where now the eye gets a lot larger. I do not know about that. Seems like it's trying to do that. And it seems like it has been for quite a while right now. Because, yeah, now it's closed off. It's a complete and total eye wall right around the center in this area. So it looks like the new center's around here. And so, yeah, it's a massive eye. If the eye goes, oop, never mind. Let's see if I can do this. If the eye moves this way, it's part of it is still. If the center moves this way, part of it's still in. So yeah, even if it makes landfall, clear conditions could occur for most of the islands. So that'd be a very favorable thing, ironically, if it does make it landfall. But yeah, either way, it's going to be a bad situation. It'd just be better because all of this rain right here wouldn't be as much of a problem if like here, if the center of the storm decides to go north, it'd be in this red zone longer. If it decides to head towards the island, it'd get a break, but still could possibly get some of these worst rain bands and stuff like that on the backside. So it's we don't know yet. That's just an assumption, though. If it keeps its structure where all the moisture's on the southern side, like basically if you split a line, most of the moisture's on the bottom, right here. And so if the center decides to, nope, guess not, don't have it, right? So if this is all the area right here, basically if this is the line that separates the moisture, and then the center of it decides to go up, it's going to be raising the bar. But if it goes through it, they wouldn't really be getting much rain. So that's how I see it mainly. Alright. So yeah, heavy winds are continuing to be reported along parts of Tinian, not really Tinian yet, but Saipan and Guam. Rota has been down, so we have no idea what the things are like yet. So yeah, also I want to check out what time um what's its name? Lidia will make landfall on Tuesday nights. Okay, so Tuesday nights I need to do another stream. Wow. Okay. But yeah. So after it passes Guam and stuff, it will begin to rapidly intensify. It's already been rapidly intensifying, kind of. If it's a Category 2 now, it'd be a no, not quite yet. Almost rapidly intensifying, but it is quickly intensifying. I could say that. It seems like it will continue this trend for a while. it looks stunning on its satellite presentation right now. And you can see the core due to the fact that there's an area without any wind right here, or without any clouds. Kind of, so the core is right along this area right over here. That's the center of it, roughly. So as you can see, Rhoda's completely in the core right now, and the center of the storm's almost there. So yeah, as you can see, the eye wall is almost fully wrapped. It's all around here, and then almost down here. It just needs to do a little bit more work in that area. But as you can see, it's not thick enough down there. If we go down here, you'll notice how wide it is over here compared to over here or over here. And if we move them on top of one another, you can see how different they are. One's like 3 times as long as the other. But yeah, Guam is getting doused in heavy rainfall, and I expect this trend to continue. Um, I do want to know, I can't check any really good models in the area. Um, I could try and check Western Pacific here, but it's hard telling. You'll notice how there's this bands of yellows on the south side. That's basically over Guam. This is Guam on my crosshair, and you'll notice how long the yellows stay over it. Because whatever on the southern side right now is going to go to the east. So what that means is, when the center is here, all the moisture is on this side right now. But when the center moves, oh god, my bad, messed that up completely. All right, so when the right here, all right. So when the center is here, that's where all the moisture is. But by the time the center is all the way over here, it's been turned around a bit. So Guam could still be getting some of the rain and stuff like that. So yeah, Guam's, as they said earlier, 8 to 14 inches with possible amounts of up to 20 inches. Hey Rubens, are the cameras still up? Yes, they are. If I pull it up, don't forget to like the stream. But the cameras, there was a lot of gusty winds that happened earlier in the Guam one. You could see winds flowing this direction. It'd keep banging this right here. The camera was shaking a little bit. But this one's also up right now in Saipan. Let me refresh it. I don't think it's down. Nope. Alright, here it is. Okay, this one's still up. See slight breezes. Yeah, but you can clearly tell that the breezes are pushing it this way. And that's why if we go on the Google Maps, the location of it is right over here-ish, and the winds are blowing this way. So if we go overall overall perspective, it's right here. Winds are blowing this way. To go around to the center, that kind of stuff. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Right, well, I'm gonna do some closing thoughts throughout these next 7 minutes or so, before we get to 2:30 p.m. because that's gonna be 12:30 a.m. for me. Um, Gonna go over the different storms, what I think is gonna happen, all that kind of stuff. So first, let's go over to Lidia, Max, and 93L. These are three systems interacting with each other. Going to be a big, complex deal. Max is going to die off soon. Probably will die off by the time it reaches Mexico City, maybe even before that. Um, so that's a quick one to get out of the way. It's dumping heavy rainfall amounts on southern Mexico, and it's mainly on the southern side of the system. Um, 93L is going to be interacting with Lidia. I'll explain Lidia in a moment, or I'm going to start off with Lidia actually. Lidia is a hurricane expected to intensify very, very quickly, could even become a major hurricane before striking the Mexican coastline and then weakening out rapidly. 93L, this system, is expected to could develop in this area. And by the time it's over here, Lydia will slam the system, and then both of the systems will be going towards the panhandle, dumping heavy amounts of rainfall in these areas. The panhandle, Florida, Mobile, southern Mississippi, New Orleans, that kind of area, are going to be getting hit with heavy rain. So that's with those systems. Now going over to 92L. This system, I believe, will develop, and it could even be a hurricane. But it's going to curve out to sea and then die out, probably by the time it reaches here due to higher wind shear, that kind of stuff. It's not favorable anymore after it reaches this area. Alright, so that's those systems. Now going over to Koinu. Koinu is rapidly dying out right now. There's like no satellites, or like no good appearance. Clouds are covering this whole entire area, so we can't see much at all. What I was going to say with this, though, is that it is likely dying out soon, may even be dead right now. Check. Yeah, it's very, very weak. Winds and stuff. And then for my final thoughts, I want to bring up Bolaven. Bolaven is likely a Category 2 right now, trying to approach major hurricane, or major typhoon status, my bad. As in eye walls trying to form around the storm. Right over here. And it may or may not make landfall in Rota, but the four islands of Rota, Tinian, Saipan, and Guam could be getting anywhere from 8 to 14 inches of rain, with some spots of up to 20 inches of rain. That's nearly 2 feet of rain, which is a lot more threatening than storm surge would be with this. Um, yeah, storm surge I do not think will be that bad with this system. They know how these storms work. It's it's just an island right now. It's moving this way, and it's pretty far away to do some major impacts in terms of storm surge. You might get 3 feet of feet, I'd say. Or sorry, not 3 feet of feet. No, 3 feet of storm surge. Um, Maybe 5 to 6. I don't know. That's probably a max worst case scenario. I do not expect them to get anything really, really that bad. Those are my thoughts on Bolaven's right now, but its structure. Let me cover that real quick. So of course, the structure looks pretty weird right now, but it has such a good banding that's it's perfect for rapid intensification. It has a good where is it? Go back to here. Come on, right. Has a really, really good shield against any dry air, anything that could make it go wrong. So, I mean, there's nothing except for an IOL replacement cycle that can stop this from really becoming a Category 5. Um, but it will likely be a Category 5 after it passes the islands, which it's about to pass the islands, but it's going to take some time to ramp up. That's my thoughts on those are my thoughts on all the storms, basically. Just stay safe out there. We're gonna have another stream tomorrow night, likely covering Lidia, this little storm right over. Not little. It's gonna be growing in size, and it's strengthening threats for Mexico. But those are mainly my final thoughts on all these storms. So prepare for another stream tomorrow. It's gonna cover more things on Bolaven but mostly Lidia and 93L. Those are gonna be the most prominent features of tomorrow's stream. Anyways, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Stay safe.